First off, thank you all for coming together. This is going to be super fun. I've been working on this story for a while. Not as long as Luke has, but I hope you guys appreciate it. Uh, Most of you are familiar a little bit with the background of Runic, but for the sake of starting our series, it's good to have a quick little recap. So let me get my recap capped. Backstory time.
Oh, yeah. Already.
Bowden is in peace. The kingdom of Drakencourt is the undisputed power of this continent. The assassination of the rival king of Wolfrin has left Drakencourt uncontested. No rivals, no wars. The mightiest king in the land seems largely content with growing his wealth and keeping a steely eye on his people. Folks in the kingdom sleep peacefully. Folks outside rarely sleep. Bandit gangs rove the countryside, ravaging homesteaders and travelers alike. Refugees fleeing disaster wander aimlessly, no home to return to, and no residence to pursue. All the great kingdoms of the world share one thing in common, though: the forebear. All the great kingdoms were not founded by the hands of man, but by the will of a forebear. Forebears are the great beasts of lore: monstrous serpents, colossal sea creatures, flying behemoths, and fierce dragons. These forebears are rarely seen, but their will is heard by their devotees. To ignore the forebears is to court ruin, but the blessing of the forebears is powerful enough to crush one's enemies, accumulate wealth, and stave off disaster. One night you receive a strange dream. You see above you the infinite expanse of the heavens. Above are the swirling clouds of the cosmos. Before your eyes, the shapeless stars form a recognizable image. A man standing with shoulders as broad as the horizon. His blue skin almost glows. Constellations splattered across his visage. He looks down at you, peering past his prodigious nose. He raises a massive fist and places it over his armored chest. He opens his mouth and begins to speak in a voice that causes the air to quake. I am Yugi, the Star Titan, the father of the giants. I will show you your way. You will have my blessing. Help me found my kingdom. As he lowers his hand from his chest, you see a diamond-shaped engraving glowing on his armor. An image flashes in your mind. A small farm. Again he speaks. Find the others. Go. Your eyes snap open and you're covered in a cold sweat. You feel compelled to touch your chest like you saw Yugi doing. You feel your skin is raised, like a scar or a brand. You can make out a diamond shape. You have many questions in your mind upon waking, but one thing you know for sure. A new forebear has appeared. And with that, we see our characters. To start with, Luke, what were you doing right before you had your dream?
Before I had my dream, I was
in
the monastery based at the bottom of Titanhold, living with the monks and reading a book, my favorite book, actually. Would you like to know what the book is?
I would.
Sitting there reading his book, he chuckles and oh, Capron, you silly dog, you've done it again. Reading from a chapter of The Life, Adventures, and Exploits of Sir Capron Brackenwood, Lord of the Feywild, Hero of the Realms in Tazonorial, Leader, Inspiration to many and Seducer of Gnomes, Tamer of Fire and Slayer of Giants, Diplomatic and Sympathetic, a Selfless Giver, and Sworn Enemy to Beards. Written by Sarah Nehai.
I might cry. Honestly, that's so good.
I was into it until the beard part.
Oh, Capron, you've done it again. You crazy
Fourth
man.
enemy to beard. Holy crap.
Oh my god. Now I'm just picturing
I
Capron
love
trying
you to
to
death.
shave Grumble in the night.
When he had this dream had tied in. He was having flashbacks to when he was killed, when he was burnt, when he first became obsessed with these forebears, and he seemed to be reliving that moment over and over again until Yuge appeared to him, and he felt that burning in his chest. He immediately wakes up and goes, "Oh,
So,
bless my heart." Oh. Others? What others? Must be talking about that old barn. That thing's a piece of junk. Okay.
so it looks like at this time, is your character basically where you expect Harlan to be at the moment? Kind of south of Drakencourt?
Yeah, I'd say it's south of Dragon Court. I'd say the monastery is maybe located near the water, so about here ish. If you can see my little green thingy. So I say he would, like, when he was killed with his backstory, he like landed down here, and they saw him across the water, and they brought him there and healed him.
Perfect. So, compelled by this feeling, you start traveling south. Meanwhile, on the other side of the Titanhold Mountains, there is an unusual sight. You see a sly-looking, crafty goblin walking down a country road. Tell me, what were the circumstances that surrounded Wes getting his dream?
Well, Smith Wesson, he was just let him be.
I was trying to get him away from your food, that's all.
It's fine. Sorry. Wes was, when he had this dream, he was in the middle of a bar fight, and he was chasing after someone, and that son of a bitch, he led me right into a trap in the back alley where Butt Kiss was there with a bat and knocked me out. And then Wes, in his blacked out state, had this dream. And he woke up maybe an hour later, in a pile in a pig pen. It's like, oh, son of a bitch. What the hell? And he starts scratching his chest and feels it. Feels the scar. It's like, I do not remember that. All right. And then he goes off and starts walking down that country road. I gotta go. And he separates everything. He tells the people that he cares about, I gotta go somewhere. I don't know when I'll be back, but it'll be soon. Well, actually, no, it won't. Anyway, later. See you around, partner.
Excellent. Well, as Wes is strolling down this road, something catches his attention. He at the moment is traveling east along this country road, and your character, Wes, he's about where we expect to find him on the road, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. There's something coming up behind him. He hears a yelling and a screaming and a shouting, and he looks up the road, and there's a human running down the road, pursued by a giant swarm of attacking ravens. It looks like an artificer, and it's none other than our good friend Zyle. Zyle, first off, before we see how this pans out. What were you doing when you had your dream?
Well, the last thing that I remember before I had the dream is I was running my cannon crew, and I looked up and I got hit by a lightning bolt from a mage. And then I had the dream and I woke up in the infirmary. I was all bandaged up because I was like on fire from the electricity, but all of my burns and stuff was gone. And then I had this crazy mark, and I felt like I had to go down the road. I got discharged because it kind of fried my brain a little bit. They didn't want me in charge of a cannon or something. So, and then after that, I don't know what happened, but that's how I kind of got these powers. This is all kind of new to me. I've never done this crazy stuff before, so I'm just headed for where this is kind of telling me to go.
Is this world located in Georgia?
I was just gonna say that.
Oh no, you blew my secret.
Knew it.
Oh,
Foiled.
no.
Case closed.
Hey, I'm okay with it. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I like it.
I'm down. I love it too. I just was laughing myself stupid.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, basically, Zyle was fighting bandits with his company, and was a member of the militia, and he was a cannon crew leader, and he got zapped real bad by a lightning mage, and that's what knocked him unconscious, and he was in a coma for a few days in the infirmary before he came back around, and probably would have died if he hadn't been picked.
And unfortunately, as he traveled down that road towards that farm, that after he was discharged, he's just on his way traveling and took a pit stop in an unfortunate hole in a tree that was occupied by some ornery ravens, and at this time is now being pursued down the country road. So, Wes, how are you going to handle this?
Wes
Oh my God, get these things away from me!
tilts his hat back a little bit to look down, see down the road. Like, what in the? Okay, dumbass humans, and he pulls out his crossbow and fires at a raven.
All right, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay. Just a raw d20.
Well, I mean, roll an attack.
Okay. Aye, aye, Captain.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
That hits.
Aye.
How much damage do you do?
Let's find out. 1d plus.
Oh, thank you. I forgot to get this.
I think it's just. Yeah, it's that. I believe that's it.
Okay. So you do hurt the ravens pretty badly, actually. It looks like you actually shot through a couple of them. So they're pretty badly hurt. But they're still charging. Wes, give me a dex roll, would you?
A dex roll? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Where's that?
D20 plus your dex mod.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
You rolled an 11?
Yep.
Okay. So the human Zyle runs past you, and you just barely, like, on a scale from 1 to 20, you just, 1 is what it took to just barely dodge Zyle as he barrels past you. But now, Zyle and Wes, roll me initiative. You guys are in combat.
Oh, she.
All right.
And I just keep forgetting he's a goblin. So it's like he just barreled
Yeah.
out.
Would have crushed you.
Yeah.
Holy crap, Wes. With a 22?
Yeah.
All right.
So,
And
really
Raven.
quick.
You add your dex
Just-
modifier to your initiative. too.
Okay, text mod. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I add that would be a 9 for
9,
me.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. So the order, if it's not painfully clear, god dang, is that a bad omen? I just rolled a d20. Nat 1, my first roll of the game.
So with that, 2 crows just collide midair and fall to the ground.
I think that's true. That's so bad, I am going to punish them. So,
I think
Wes-
Capron's rolls are cursing you.
Hey, Levi,
he's,
your number is a little off, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you
Your
sure?
dex mod plus your plus your d20. So it's your initiative roll is not +5 unless you have a 20 as your dex. It's not.
My bad. So then that is
You'd
just
still
a 20
be
then.
it's 17 plus 3. So you're still
Yeah,
at
so
20.
it's still 20.
okay. You're still in the lead, yeah. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Wes.
Oh, okay. So that's...
You rolled a 12. That matches AC.
Okay.
It meets it, it beats it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was a D8. That was just the attack. That was the damage. My bad.
Oh. I mean, you could take the hit. I mean,
Okay.
you want to roll your D8 again and see if you could get damage?
Yeah, I'll roll the damage for the... Yeah, okay.
6. All right. Could be worse. Could be
Not
way
really,
worse.
actually.
All right.
It's literally as low as he can roll.
And you just rolled yourself a 6. Awesome. All right, Zal, your turn.
All right. So, and that's when for attacks. Does that you add the dexterity onto those as well?
Yeah.
Depending on your weapon.
Okay, so then
depends
that
on the
would be
type
a
of
12.
attack.
It depends on your
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. It's I'm using my crossbow to attack, so that would be my dex, right? So that's a 12.
dex plus your
And your
proficiency if you're proficient in it.
class is proficient with crossbows, isn't it?
So you add 2.
Yes.
So that'd be +3. So it'd be a 14.
Okay.
Sick. That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 1d8. 3 damage.
Plus your dex.
Oh, so you add that on?
You add
For
your
every-
dex.
okay.
You add your dex to your damage.
Okay, so
You do not add your proficiency bonus to your damage. You only add your
Okay.
dex modifier to your damage.
all right, then 4. 4 is my damage.
Sorry, Chris. I don't mean to
Excellent.
just be like, this is what you do.
You're fine. You're fine. All right. Well,
Don't let it
Ravens
happen.
are next, and this swarm is badly beat. They're hurt pretty hard. They got 1 HP left. They're gonna go ahead and flee. Just like
right.
that. Fates.
Can I take an opportunity attack?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and try.
Okay.
Gonna shoot the leaving birds.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah, man, that's gonna hit, homie. Okay.
He
Goblin shoots every bird dead.
Zyle just kind of looks over. It's like, good shot, man.
Thank you very much. I don't like birds too much, especially when they're picking up. What did you do to piss them off?
Man, I kind of took a leak in their nest on accident.
You took a leak. You took a leak in their net. You literally pissed them off. My God. Okay. Well, I gotta go. Where are you off to, friend? I gotta go. I'm going to a barn.
Really? You going to a barn? Is it the one just down the road here?
Shit.
That's where
Yeah.
I'm headed too.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to the same place. All right. Well, what's your name?
I'm Zyle. What's yours?
My name's Wes Smith Wesson. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I'm Zyle Tinkerman.
Tinkerman.
Yeah.
All right, Tinkle. Let's go.
Ha! All right. Little Wesley.
That was
pissed
way
on the
better than I could
bird's
have expected.
nest.
That was.
What?
You peed on the bird's nest and he called you Tinkle. I'm dying.
Alrighty, well, guys.
That got him.
I'm a child. I'm a child. I'm a child. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well played, gentlemen.
that was
All right. So our brave heroes.
So
carry
Zyle
on.
grabs one of the birds and like hooks it onto his belt for dinner later.
Oh yeah, you gotta love Crow. But you mind having my arrow back? I want that. Thanks.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay, so I am going to make a DM ruling right here. I'm not going to keep track of ammo.
Okay.
And as long as you're not making character decisions, like my character throws handfuls of arrows on the floor and walks away, I don't want to keep track of it. So please don't be an irresponsible chum.
Okay.
Wes dumps out all of his ammunition into the river.
You bastard. Don't make me keep track of it. I will. I don't want to. All right. So the two of you now join together. You reach right about this point on the map. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys. Why don't you both roll me? Let's get a survival check.
Okay. Oh man. All right.
Okay.
Survival is a D20
Ooh.
plus your wisdom.
I got a nat 20, but I have a -1, so 19.
No, you
Plus
get
3,
nat,
so
nat
14.
20 is nat 20, dog.
Nat 20 is a nat 20, man. Yeah, you're good.
I got 14.
All right. So, and you got a 14?
Mm-hmm.
Jeepers creepers. So the road is long and winding, but it doesn't look like you guys get lost, which is good, because at this point, you now find yourself basically down at this point. In the meantime, Harland, you make a discovery as you're traveling south. You see a suspicious lump just laying on the ground. Are you going to investigate?
Oh. What would Capron do?
He would turn into a squirrel.
I pick up a
Either
rock,
that or try and catch it on fire.
I pick up a stick and I go to poke it.
That's something Grumble would do.
I'm sorry, I lost you for a second.
Oh,
It's my internet.
Give her a moment.
Okay. As
Harland?
you get closer to the lump so that you may poke it, you can see what this lump is. It is a body. A dead one.
Oh.
It looks like some kind of giant. And it has a gaping wound in its chest. Why don't you go ahead and roll me an insight, would you,
Yeah.
Harlan?
I'll roll insight. Good insight. Sweet. Rolled a 11. Oof.
I mean, that's not great, but you can tell that this wound must have happened from some sort of large metal object, sword, probably. You're gonna guess it was a sword. Now, Harlan, despite being right next to him, there's something going on with that giant that you are not aware of. Bintata, you don't know what happened. You remember that you felt tired and you wanted to lay down, so you found a nice quiet spot in the field, shaded by a tree, and you went to rest your head. And you don't remember feeling any pain, but you remember there being pressure on your chest, and you're not sure why. You try to move and you try to open your eyes, but you can't. You're stuck. You feel like you're losing yourself, your body and mind, in a swirling miasma of darkness.
Good word.
And you slowly are beginning to fade when you hear a voice. Is this how your story ends? You have so much potential, Bintata. There's much I would like you to do. So are you going to let yourself go? Or are you going to reach out for one more chance? Bintata, what do you say? Alex
I'll
may
do
have
it.
actually fallen asleep. What?
I'll do it.
That is the first word Harlan hears as this dead giant sits up in the field.
Oh, sweet Moses. Oh God. Oh, bless it. Oh, are you okay, Fran? Pokes him with a stick again, even though he
Yeah,
like for
yeah.
reassurance of himself, like pokes that he's real.
Who are you?
Oh, my name is Holland Matthias the Third. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Bintata.
Ben
Bintata,
Ben what?
as you sit up, an image flashes in your mind. A long, silver white steel sword with a large blue gem in the hilt. You see next to you on the ground a small stone. You don't know why, but that stone resonates with you in a way that you've never felt before.
Okay. I will pick up the stone then.
Very good. As you rise to your feet, you feel your chest, I assume, and you feel that there's something missing, a bit of flesh. There's a hole in your body. How's that? How is Bintata handling this?
I imagine he'd be very confused, but not really know what has happened. So he doesn't really understand that he's, that he has died or come back to life. He's just kind of like he imagines he just kind of fell asleep, but he's like, what the heck is this? What is this on my chest? Like, what happened?
Friend, it looks like you have a hole. I don't mean to alarm
As you feel your
but a
chest,
hole. My bad.
as you feel your chest, suddenly a material seems to fill your palm, but it's not blood. It's something else. Feels like a fabric. And as it fills your palm, you pull away, and in your hand you hold an item. You assume that it's possibly... All right. Bintata, as you stand up, you see in the field next to you, there's a harvestman's scythe that seems to have been left in the field. If you want it.
Okay, yes. I guess I will take that.
Perfect.
Do I notice the pretty rock that he has?
I never said it was pretty.
You said it was shiny and glistening.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. All I said is that it resonates with Bintata. That's all there is to that.
Perfect.
I mean, I heard shiny, but okay.
I don't. Hey, look, Bintata, you wanna roll me a perception on that rock?
Shiny, shiny, shiny.
Sure. Where's my mouse? What is my perception? Okay.
Perception's usually a d20 plus your wisdom modifier.
17.
17. Pretty good roll. As you hold this rock in your hand, it's quite apparent to you that this is just a rock. It's just, some sort of igneous stone. It's just a rock. But it seems to have a slight odor to it. And nothing a wash wouldn't fix, of course, but it smells a little bit like feet. Cool.
So I love I'm just standing next to Harlan and I'm just like,
I was expecting so many different smells. I was expecting sulfur. I was expecting, but feet. Okay, it's a footstone. Got it.
Congratulations, y'all. You solved the stone riddle.
Whoa! Good first session, everyone.
Mr. Whatever your name be, Brune you
Bintata.
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 Bintata. Oh, bless your heart. Okay. Could you please keep that rock in your pocket? The aroma is making my eyes burn.
You want sniff?
I do not, my dear friend. I do not.
Sniff?
Sweet Moses, bless your heart. I need to go to
I
a
don't know
barn.
why, but I like rock.
That is quite lovely, my friend. You can have your rock. I'm going to continue on down the line. I'm glad you're okay.
So in all the moments where we're thinking about different character development, never did I expect session 1 we'd find the Bintata's really into feet.
Feet fetish, brah.
Ugh.
Oh.
It's actually a racial trait of the furbolg.
I mean,
All right, so that's good. Bintata, in addition to a wound on your chest, which now seems to have sealed over as soon as you pulled out that red or the black cloth, you also feel the mark of Yugi, the diamond-shaped insignia that you saw in your dream. So, what are you going to do about it?
Oh, Bintata, remember. Must find barn.
Wait, hold on. You need to find a barn? Was it
Yes, barn!
Was it a red
Weird
barn?
bird creature.
Was it a red? Oh my lord! Oh goodness! This is. Why did I not fly? Why, Harlan, did you not fly? I'm guessing we're going to the same place.
You come along?
Bintata, can you lead the way? Know what? I take that back. I don't want that aroma of that rock to wafer back here. I will lead the way. You follow the bird, okay?
All right, Harlan, why don't you go ahead and roll me a survival check? Let's see how you do.
I'll happily roll a survival check.
So already Wes and Harland are on the same level. We found these two on the road.
I rolled a 13.
A 13? Okay. So you've traveled the area before. You know a little bit about where to find the barn. And as you're both are climbing the road, you're about reaching this point up here. You see two individuals on the road coming the other direction. You recognize them as a goblin accompanied by a human.
Oh my goodness. This is just like the stories I've read. Oh man.
Wes has his hat kind of just like a little bit down over his forehead, so he's not making eye contact with Zyle, and he's just like, okay.
All right, guys. Look, I understand. Like character props are optional. Levi, no longer. You got to get yourself a cowboy hat, man. You're gonna keep playing this character. You got to get like the garb.
It is a cowboy hat.
You do not
Yeah, you
have a
gotta get
cowboy
one.
hat on your head.
Oh, right. I got you. Yeah.
Gonna have to figure it out, man. You're gonna have to get one.
I'll order one.
Did they make cowboy hats with like headphones in them?
Oh, that'd be great.
TM,
$1 million
TM,
idea.
TM, TM.
Perfect. So the four of you meet on the road.
Oh.
Do you guys?
Hello. How's it going?
Bruntada, do not mention the rock.
Rock?
No, Bruntada.
Rock?
Oh my.
Feathery one. Rock?
Oh my Lanta. Oh,
Immediate-
sweet Jesus.
That's
no.
an interesting. Oh my! Wow. All right, that is an interesting rock you got there.
That okay.
Are you?
I did
need to smell that today.
Can you please put that thing away? That is burning my nose hairs.
I can't-
Sorry, little ones.
Save Bentata, save the rock smell for later, please. Just so it doesn't spoil any worse than it already has and lose its pungent odor. Please put the rock back in.
How about fish? I have fish. Anyone want fish?
Maybe, you know what? You can save that for later.
Fish?
I'm perfectly full.
Bentata.
Zal, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Bentata.
Yeah, let's get onto that barn.
Stop
Yeah.
talking about the barn.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wait, a barn.
I'm here for barn.
I'm here for a barn.
Oh,
What?
motherfucker.
No.
All right.
Really now?
Now-
So we're
now
all
yo-
for the barn. Let's.
Now, your mama needs to wash your mouth out with some soap.
I didn't have a mama.
Well, you need to find one and figure that out for yourself.
Believe me, I've been looking. Anyway, can we just get to the freaking barn?
'Cause I know
All right.
yours.
So why don't we take
Zyle's
this
already started walking because he didn't like the smell of the rock.
See ya.
Is the barn in sight at this point?
It's not too far up the road from where you guys are, so it is mighty close. But let's take this quick opportunity to just introduce yourselves. We know a little bit of how you interact with each other, but what does the rest of the party see when they look at Bintata?
Well, it's a giant,
I can tell
quite
you what the
literally.
smell.
7'4". He's like 240-ish pounds.
That
He's
is
got a big like
string bean.
sack on his back with a fishing pole sticking up out of it. I don't know. He's got some light leather armor on. I don't know. You guys got the picture. That's not coming through very well.
I
Okay.
see it. It looks good.
Yeah.
Bentata.
Something sort of like that.
Perfect. And this is like your chance to do your character introduction beyond just your appearance as well. So like anything you want to share about like what you are or what you do or anything like that.
I don't know.
Or you can keep it a secret. That's fine too.
I don't know.
He literally doesn't know.
I don't know.
Okay. That's okay, Alex.
he
It's
just-
okay. It's okay, Alex.
He just woke up. Calm down. Like,
All right,
been
then,
mostly
Wes, why
dead
don't
all
you take it
day.
away? All right, Wes, take it away. What do they see when they look at you?
okay. Well, Wes, he is. You see this goblin, this green goblin, wearing a cowboy hat and a black duster, cowboy boots. It's got the whole look for him as a cowboy. He grew up watching westerns, so he just knew he had to be a cowboy. Never knowing his parents, he grew up in the Gorphanage. That's the goblin orphanage. He constantly got bullied, got pranks put on. His favorite game to play? Cowboys and Indians. But the other goblins, other kids, wanted to change it up a little bit, so we played goblins and goblins. I grew up, like I said, in the Gorphanage. The nuns raised me. Now I spent my days as a bounty hunter, low level, trying to make a name for myself. He's 3'5", and for a goblin, he's pretty handsome, but he's still a goblin, so not great.
Standards are
And,
quite low.
What?
I got a question though. I got a question.
Yes.
Were the nuns also goblins?
Yes.
Oh, did they wear the little habits?
Yes.
That's so cute.
Yes.
Okay, please continue.
I knew you were crochet. That sounds adorable.
So, now, never knowing his parents, he's been looking for them, but he never know exactly where to start. He grew up in this town, and, well, that's about it. He loves westerns, and he goes by Smith Wesson, but he will not reveal to the party what his real name is.
Interesting. Now, just a little piece of development for your character. It is also significant that in addition to your cowboy garb, you also have a holster.
Yes.
And in that holster is a pistol, but you can't shoot.
You
Your
know what?
your aim is dog shit, dude. Like,
My aim, I never, I have this pistol. It's just on hand for the day I learn how to use it. Okay, I try every evening. I still just can't get that aim down right. I don't know how John Marston does it. I mean, I play all the time, and it's hard. Okay, video games are hard. They're different from life.
well, you know how it is. You grow up in the city. There's not a lot of shooting you can do.
Yeah, well,
Depends on what part of the city.
Exactly. So I grew
Well,
up.
I'm in Everett, man. So like that ain't a problem right here.
Yeah.
Our apartments got swatted last night, Chris.
Oh
God.
Oh no.
7 cop cars deep, all blacked out with like 20 cops all came in. Story for another time, but yeah, Everett is awesome.
Oh man.
Wowee.
And
All
that's
right.
the story of our next Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
All right, Zyle, why don't you take it? What do you look like? What are you about?
When you see me, you'll just see a normal looking human, about 5'8", little on the shorter side, but he's wearing a scale mail shirt. And he's got a shield slung over his back with a light crossbow hanging on one hip and a hammer hanging off of a loop on the other, a light hammer, something that looks more like a tool than a weapon, but think like a claw hammer, like a framing hammer kind of a thing. And he's got a bag on a satchel kind of on one side that kind of jingles. It sounds like there's tools in there. And Zyle grew up in Wolfren, and his dad was kind of the handyman for the area, and so the family came from nothing, no lineage or anything. So his dad always was a tinkerer, so now they're the Tinkermans.
The Tinker
And
Man.
so Zyle picked that up from him, which once his parents got killed by a disease that swept through kind of the lower area, he enlisted in the army, in the militia, and he became a cannoneer and worked his way up over the years to a kind of a lieutenant or like a squad leader. He was the guy in charge of operating the cannon and getting everybody to load on all that stuff. And so he kind of has that little bit of a military background with being able to, command troops and everything, and just kind of a soldier, like a rangy soldier looking scoutish kind of guy
And so,
with
oh,
a little
it's-
bit of a crazy in his eyes
so we're
since
all
he got zapped with electricity. There's something that's one of the reasons they let him go from the army. There's something going on in his eyes, and everybody's like not quite sure what it is, but something about him is different since he got struck by the lightning.
so then we're our characters are basically telling all this information to each other, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then Wes kind of looks us out because Wes grew up in Wolfren. It's like, oh, that's your daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, your daddy. I might have. I ran around with some young. In my younger days. I might have stole from him.
Well, lots of people did.
Yeah. Well, I turned that page on my life when I hit about 13. I'm gonna say 13.
All right. Well, that's good. At least you're not doing it no more.
So you both are from Wolfren, then. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Very good.
Uh,
Awesome. Okay. Last up, Harlan. What do they see when they look at you?
When they see Harland, they see a 5 foot tall, 90-pound Aarakocra. Looked like a peregrine falcon, so predominantly black feathers, white breast feathers, and brown highlights with really piercing sky blue eyes. Ever since that he was barbecued, basically. And the story behind that is Harlan grew up in Drakencourt, or around Drakencourt. His family is in a spy group or a criminal type group where they may not necessarily do criminal acts themselves, but they work for whoever needs something done. If a nobleman had something lost, then they are hired to go get it. If something needs to be stolen from a nobleman, they are hired, and then they go and they steal from said nobleman. His entire family is involved in this. One day, Harland is told their group is hired to go to the top of Titanhold, where supposedly there's treasure and a great bounty to be had. He goes up and he sneaks in. But that cave that they said was supposed to be empty was not. There was a dragon of legend there named Sasuka Tori. And she unleashed a hellfire on him and completely barbecued him, killed him, and proceeded to kick him off the top of the mountain, where he fell hundreds and thousands of feet and landed in many pieces, or should be in many pieces, in a pile of ash right next to the edge of the river. The following morning, the monks in the monastery that live across from the river saw a body laying on the beach. So they go to check him, and he is completely unharmed and untouched, but he's not conscious. They bring him back in the monastery and they nurse him back to health. When he's awoken, he begins to have this obsession with dragons and what they do. He also realizes that no one's going to believe him, that he was killed. He remembers dying. He remembers feeling the pain, feeling the fire. But no one will believe him. So he can't go back to the Ogden Trust. So he decides to stay with the monks in the monastery and learn their ways. and learn how to be a monk. Reading stories, reading tales, and trying to study about dragons. The one thing that was interesting for Harland was he can no longer feel cold. It can be freezing, wintertime, and he can stand out and not feel cold, not feel anything. That fire from that dragon did something to him, and he doesn't know what. The monks called him Crispy. Not a fan of the name. Not a fan of the name. And so when you see they're standing there, he's standing in typical like Shaolin garb, like the orange with white, like very stereotypical monk looking, with a quarter staff on his back and a small satchel. And that is about it. That's Harland in a nutshell.
Excellent. Bintata, did you want to share any of your backstory?
Yeah, sure. So, Bentata comes from a really small clan of furbolgs from beyond the Moss Woods. Lives on a small fishing village on the edge of the sea. So growing up, he really took to fishing. He's not very bright. He's not very smart. And after a couple of instances of almost drowning while fishing, his clan thought it would be best to essentially kind of kick him out and basically be like, you should probably go kind of explore the mainland a little bit and maybe try
How
and
dumb do you have to be to get exiled?
yeah, kind of like,
Holy crap,
they're
are you
like,
Jar Jar Binks?
go
Miso just wants to go
They're
with
like,
you.
go be someone else's problem. So, which he kind of wanted anyways, because he kind of wanted the freedom to do it anyways. And then while he was on his kind of venture through the forest of the Mosswoods is when he got his vision of Yugi, and he started making his way up towards the barn. So here he is.
Excellent. Okay, so as you guys are talking and sharing and having all this really great character development and conversation, you hear a voice, and it just says, "Wow, you guys have some really cool stories." And you see a creature standing right over here. This is what he kind of looks like. This is about as close as I could find anyway. Why don't I get a nature or history? Pick one. Why don't you roll it for me and see what you got?
Nature or history? What you said?
Nature or history.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do a.
I am not good at either of those, so I'm going to do my
Yeah.
best.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
I rolled a 15.
You rolled a 15er.
Yeah, 15.
That's a
Yeah,
21.
pretty-
That's a 21 for my nature check.
Great.
Wes has no idea what's going on.
What the hell is that?
Oh my Lord, bless it! What is that?
Oh God!
Oh man,
Right.
I've
Have you guys seen that?
seen something like this before out in my travels in the woods. What are you? What I think you are?
Yeah. Hello. Hi. Hey, look, guys, if you're here to rob me, just let me save you some time. I don't have anything. I don't own anything. Like, this is just gonna be a waste of all of our time, guys. Like, can we just avoid this whole mess?
I'm gonna be honest with you, pal, buddy. We're not here to rob you. I don't think, at least.
No, not me
Nah.
either.
Wait, you're not?
No, we're just trying. We're just adventurers walking
Wait a
on
minute.
through.
Wait a minute. Hey, little buddy there. Let me ask. Okay, I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad. But like, the only people who come all the way out here are people who are lost or people who are robbers. That's about it. That's the only people coming around the barn these days. So if you
I'd
ain't
say I'm a
lost,
little bit lost.
What if I were
well, that
to
solves that then, doesn't it? I guess.
what if I were to tell you we're just sightseeing?
You're just sightseeing some random barn in the middle of nowhere.
I like your barn.
Who are you people?
What do you mean by you people?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, look, I'm just out in my neighborhood.
so is this your barn?
Origin,
And
Is this your barn?
yeah, well,
All right, so you have nothing.
okay, so
over the-
hey, I live here, but no, this isn't mine. No,
kind sir,
I think the original owners were murdered, or they ran away.
were you the one that murdered them?
No, look, I get it, like this look, and he motions to himself, and everyone who rolled higher than a 10 recognizes that the thing he's motioning to is a bugbear, which, if you don't know what those look like, they're basically, imagine Sully from Monsters, Inc., but not blue and not cute. They are gigantic savages. I'll see if I get a picture up real quick.
I'll send one over. I got one.
Oh, thank you. That'll save me some time. So he motions to himself, like, look, I get and there's a lot of my people that would just, try to kill y'all on sight. I'm not like that.
Well, that's
Look,
good.
I just found an empty barn. No one was living in it. And I've basically just been squatting here, is what I'm saying.
I can relate to that. I understand you not having a home, but listen, how can I say this? We're gonna be here whether you like it or not, and that's just it.
Why is that?
Hang on, Wes. Let's just, what's your name, sir?
Finally, someone asks.
My name is.
Can I just call you Gur?
Oh.
Well, I guess
sweet
like
Lord.
I'm trying to think of like the common translation for what my name means. He who stands above others.
Let's call him
So-
Fluffy.
I guess like the closest.
I'm just going to call you Richard, all right?
Or I can tell you what you'll call me if you'd rather.
That would be
Why don't
preferable.
you go ahead and tell us what your name is, Dick?
You could call me Tall Me.
Tall me?
All right, Tommy.
Tall
So-
Me.
Tall me.
Tommy, we
Oh,
we
bless
all
your
got
heart.
like some crazy thing that's telling us to come to this barn. All of us, for some reason, are thinking we need to go there. Can we please just go in and look around at least?
Wait. You're telling me some crazy force is telling you to come to this barn?
And I just like start motioning to us. I'm like, do you often see goblins and some giant and a human and a bird person walking around together? We did not just decide all of a sudden to come for a little walk in the woods.
That I do not. Welcome to the barn.
All
He
right,
actually
thank you.
seems like completely chill. All right, nice job. You guys have met Tall Me.
Wes goes up to him and it's just like offers a handshake, like, nice to meet you, Tommy.
He shakes your hand, and his hand, by the way, when he like shakes your hand, his palm is wider than your forearm. So like his
Basically
hand-
like this.
His handshake is encompassing, to say it lightly.
And Wes is not afraid at all. He's just like, I understand. You know what? I'm sorry that we came in hostile like this. We just You know, don't know who you can trust in this world.
It's been a weird couple of days. I thought I died like 2 days ago.
Yeah, well, I understand your distrust. Honestly, highwaymen, those are a thing out here. But like I said, there's advantages to being dirt poor. I ain't got nothing to steal, so as rough as the neighborhood can get, ultimately I just keep the lights out and my head down, and most of them just pass me by. But
Smart move.
I suppose you guys are looking for the barn then, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm guessing we found it, friend.
I think we
All right, this way then. And Tommy leads you through the forest. The trail to the barn is, to put it mildly, dilapidated. It's not in great shape. But Tommy moves through the forest like he's done this hundreds of times, thousands of times. He's a master at traveling through these thickly wooded areas.
Does he shit in the woods?
I think by necessity, yeah, I guess he does. I wanted to be snarky, but you got me.
Can I roll a perception check to see if there's any droppings around? I just need to know.
Boy, what should I set for that? Yeah, go ahead. You got to beat. I'm gonna say Tommy's smart. He's clever. You got to beat a 17.
Okay, I got a high perception, so.
Even if you win, you lose. What do you do? Okay, you don't find the very carefully concealed bugbear shit.
I just didn't want to step in.
He digs.
That's all.
I am sorry. I have gone on long enough. Y'all are treating this lovely gentleman with such disrespect.
I just didn't want to step in and get in on my boots.
A lot, but obviously he buries or digs a hole and then buries his shit. Quit digging for shit, little weird goblin man. Can you kindly let this fellow lead us to this barn? I do not know you from Adam or whatever hell dimension you came from, little man, but I am here to find out why I got burned for this barn. Let's go.
Yeah. Listen to my feathery friend. Now, seriously.
I didn't.
Now, will you sniff this rock and tell me what's wrong with it?
I don't know why the Fearbog is the one on my side.
I'm sorry,
I guess,
Mr.
Shucks.
I can't remember
I
your
guess
name.
Tommy's gonna roll perception
Eric
to see if he can
Holcomb,
actually
man,
sniff
what was
a
your
rock.
name again?
He rolls very well, actually. Yeah, he
Tommy.
smells the hell out of that rock. And he's like,
Delish.
I'm trying to agree
that's
with
not
you,
what he
but
said. Hey, Shane, are you still there? Can you hear us?
Are we the only two
Like, if
that
you
are
cam off,
frozen?
that's fine. But like, if you're, well, whatever.
No, it's
He's like, oh, that rock. Is,
Oh, okay.
That's a ripe rock. You should wash that rock.
No, there's something about it. I like it.
I didn't.
So-
He goes. Wes just looks at. I didn't mean to insult you, Tommy. I just wanted to make sure that all my ducks are in order. I'm a very suspicious person. I suspect a lot of things. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
What are you talking about? So, you see, you guys weren't really talking in character about his shit, so
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Would you like him to know that you were talking about his shit?
Well, you know what? Ventura
Harlan-
and Harlan were in character.
Yeah, Harlan went off. So
I assumed it was because that's what it sounded like to me, but
yeah.
Yeah, that was in character.
Wes, roll me a charisma check. I need it better than 10.
Charisma. Okay, hold up.
Just charisma. I don't
No.
got anything in particular.
Let me just make sure that what my charisma is. Okay, gotcha.
Tommy claps you on the back. He's like, you know what? I'm glad you brought it up because I didn't want to say it, but I'm glad to hear someone was thinking about my shit.
Don't want to attract predators.
I think he'd scare away the predators.
Y'all are the weirdest
Oh my
people
God.
alive. As you guys
My
walk
baby
through the
brother
floor,
is a weird dude. I love him dearly, but my baby brother's weird.
I guess so. You might want to try reconnecting.
Oh my.
there you are, Shane.
There's Shane.
That was weird.
All right, we're moving back towards the barn, correct? We're heading to the barn.
Yeah, you guys travel through the barn, and as you travel through, you begin to see just this. It's kind of broke down. It's not like uninhabitable by any means, but it's no palace to be sure. But it's this little barn. There's a hill. Just in the background, you could see. It looks like there's mountains, just beautiful mountains, almost like you're at the foothill of some giant cliffs, and you see just this lovely little barn. Ptolemy, just again in the comfort zone, just confidently walks up. So here's the place. It's pretty nice. I like it here anyway. What do y'all think?
Oh my
It looks-
stars, that is a lovely barn. I love what you've done with the place.
It's pretty alright. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it looks
Excellent.
good, man.
Well, thank you very much. And he appreciates the compliment because he's been pretty lonely for a while, and he's happy to have someone who appreciates him.
God, I'm gonna need a drink after this. Wes mumbles to himself.
And Zyle
I'm
kind of
gonna
catches
need-
it and looks at him and is like, be nice.
I'm going to need a perception check from y'all.
Perception. Oh hell yeah.
There's a barn.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yikes.
I'm just going to assume that Bentata also failed. I think Alex had to walk away for a second, but that's okay. There's something coming. Something big. You don't know what yet.
Sorry for my 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
You, Wes, you know it's there. You
Okay.
can almost hear it with your long goblin-y ears. It almost sounds like something is screeching. And you look around to locate the source, and it's not to your right, it's not to your left, it's not behind you. It's above you. You see a glowing light, something shining, streaking down from the sky towards the earth. I'm going to need Harland and Zyle to roll me a dex check.
Okie
Oh, no.
dokie.
Dexterity save, please.
Only a 13. Bless your dex mod.
So I got a 9.
A 9. Zyle, you failed.
Uh,
But Harland, as this streaking light touches down on the earth, and I'm just gonna play for Alex a little bit. Excuse me. His giant girth. Oh, there you
there
are.
he is. Do not play as me.
What were you saying about my giant girth?
Alex, you gotta know, I'm always talking about your girth.
Just so girthy.
I already ruled that you failed the perception check, but let's get a dex check from you.
No problem.
And
Dex check?
you roll with advantage.
Well, that's easy enough. That's just a straight D20.
Easy.
13.
Okay. So the 13 passes. This streaking light descending from the sky just rockets towards Earth. And right before it impacts, it stops. But the force that this object has exerted on the air around you throws Zyle off of his feet. Harland, you're taken aback too, but with your wings, you're able to correct yourself in flight. Bentata, you're too big. Nothing No air pressure in the world is going to push you over, so that's fine. Wes, you saw it was coming, so you were able to kind of duck away, and you're fine. But Zyle is sprawled out on the floor. Spread eagle. That's how he falls.
Excuse
Why
me,
does this
I
keep
take-
happening to me?
I like
take
to think-
offense with
I like
that
to think-
terminology.
I like to think Wes like kind of hid behind like tell me like underneath him to hold his hat, is like used him as cover.
All right.
Is-
Ptolemy actually also passed his perception check, so he saw it coming too.
Mm-hmm.
So
and think tall me like tall me.
Yeah,
Like above
Yeah.
others. The way you were
Yeah,
saying
sorry.
it was like weird.
tell me.
You
Yeah,
were saying
sorry,
tell me. I was like, tell me what?
sorry,
tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why.
Oh God.
Well, that was obviously a mistake.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, so the glowing item that fell from the sky is a book. And it seems to just be floating above the ground.
Now, gents,
Zyle's getting himself back up to his feet. He's like, oh, God damn it.
now,
Freaking always stuff out of the sky. God.
Wes looks at the book and is suspicious of it, and kind of slowly walks up to it.
Harlan loves books, so he's just like, y'all, it's just a book. And he walks right up to it like he's not even.
That came flying out of the sky with a blue light. What
It
are you
probably-
talking about?
it-
Just a book.
It probably just fell out someone's pocket. You know, when you're flying up there and you got your satchel full of books and you just drop one. It's not a big deal,
Oh.
friend.
Happens
But-
all the time.
It happens
But
all the
the thing
time.
Totally
is-
relatable.
But the thing is, Harlan, it's floating on above the ground. It's not that's not a normal book.
Oh, I didn't say it was a normal book. I just said it's nothing to be afraid of.
All right, well,
Man, be careful. You can open Oblivion plane or something.
So Bentata, Harlan, and Zyle, you guys can see the top of the book. The book's floating 4 feet off the ground, so sorry, Wes. You're kidding. But you see,
I say this is BS against short people.
you can
Welcome
see.
to my world, Wes. Welcome to my world.
Bentata will pick Wes up and put him on his shoulder.
Aw, so nice.
I appreciate it. West is used to people picking him up, and so he's like, okay, yeah.
Well, in that case, all 4 of you can see the cover of the book bears a eerily familiar diamond insignia.
The mark.
When that happens, like, Zyle kind of just starts, like, rubbing his shoulder where he can feel it underneath his shirt. And he's like, okay, this is some weird stuff going on here. Man, I'm a mechanic. I don't like magic crap.
Bentata recognizes that. Bentata can't read, but Bentata knows that.
I reckon we all recognize it, and I think that's the reason why we're here.
Well,
Give me that book.
only people who can read the book, little man, is those who can see it on their own accord. So I will pick up this book.
All right.
Go
fair
ahead
enough.
and roll me a. You pick, Luke. Strength or Dex?
I'll definitely take Dex all day, every day. I'm not. Dexterity only at 13.
Okay, so you try to move the book,
Mhm.
but it doesn't really budge.
Can Wes go up and try and pick up the book?
Wes, go ahead. Dex or strength?
Reach over your head and grab the book, you mean?
You need to understand that just because I am disadvantaged on height doesn't mean that I'm disadvantaged on other things.
I never said
And-
you were
and-
disadvantaged. That's amazing.
Yes!
That's amazing.
So your tiny goblin fingers actually seem to grant you purchase. And whereas Harlan's claws were a little bit more clumsy, he couldn't quite get inside or move the book at all. You feel your fingers actually pass under the cover. But as you lift that cover, the book snaps closed and your hands pass straight through it.
Zyle's kind of like eyeballing this thing from like 5 feet away, but for some reason he's got this like sneaking suspicion. Something inside him internally is just saying something's wrong, and he's like, for some reason, I'm gonna roll Arcana check, see what happens.
Oh, let's get that Arcana check.
And so that is a 18, 19,
Already
20,
smoking.
21, 22, 23.
Well, I mean, you could have stopped at 20. Like, the emblem, you absolutely recognize. It is the mark that you bear on your body, which, Zyle, where was it on you? Is it on your chest?
It was on my right shoulder, kind of like upper chest, like right where I got hit with the lightning.
Yeah, this is 1-to-1. Like, it is exactly the mark. Nextly, you know that this book is magic as shit. This is a super magical book. In fact, this book does not exist as a material object. It is a book of magic. It is pure magic itself. And I'm going to go ahead and even give you this. You look at the cover, and it dawns on you that the mark on the cover, the mark on your bodies, isn't just some geometric shape. It's not just a symbol of Yugi, the Star Titan. It is a rune.
Ooh.
Do you know what a rune is? I'm going to say with a 23 you do.
Okay.
So a rune is the written language of magic.
Okay.
It is documented magic. You could basically think how you might write out a chart to map a graph or something like that. It is the graph of magic itself. Those who can read and understand runes can weave magic into everyday objects, or in your case, people. Tommy has seen this book as well, and he is stunned. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It must have to do with that mark you guys have on you.
How do you know about my mark?
How did you know we have a mark?
I saw you guys rubbing it on your chest and bodies and everything. You said it was like your mark. Like, don't be weird on me.
All right, I just got a question. Oh, question him, question people.
Are you going to question Tommy, or are you asking the DM, or who are you talking to?
No, I'm not talking to anyone. Sorry, I was just saying, like, Wes is saying he's just got to question everything.
Ah, okay.
So, Zyle, so this is just a character note. Zyle doesn't know really that he's an artificer quite yet. He has an inkling something's going on. But so far as he knows, he's just a human, and he's just an artillery dude. So that's why he's not quite like magic skeeves him out. He's not feeling it. But something inside Zyle is telling him to try. He kind of reaches into his bag and like ruffles around in his tools, and he picks out a flathead screwdriver, and he can feel kind of a little bit of a tingle from his hand going into the screwdriver. And he's like, and so he just kind of uses the screwdriver to flip open the book gently, just like very like kind of like, you know, like trying to open the cover of the book with his screwdriver. Does that work?
I'm just going to go ahead and save you the trouble of rolling. The same thing happens to your screwdriver that happened to Wes. Your screwdriver's narrow enough, it could get inside the cover, but as soon as you try to lift it, it passes straight through the book.
I
Can
think
Wes roll a
everyone
perception
needs
check
to.
of what's going on with this book?
Does
I
does,
have an
does
idea.
anybody know what runes are? For some reason, I'm getting in my head that this is a rune, like to make magic. I
Well,
know nothing about it. Does
well,
anybody else here?
sometimes I've read in stories and things of that nature, sometimes people have to put all of their hands together in like a circular type formation. So maybe we should all stand together and put our hands on said book.
That sounds just stupid enough in my work.
Bentata, please give me your hand, sweet man.
Okay, little one. And he just puts his hand on top of Harlan's head.
Close enough. And I just gently, like, slowly just ease his hand back down and we all touch the book.
All right.
So, yeah,
Well,
Zyle comes up and puts his hand on the book too.
all right. Well, I got nothing to lose. And Wes just like he just touches it with the tip of his fingers. He's just like, okay.
You feel the tingling in your chest, but nothing happens.
Happens if we try and
The
open the book as one.
the tingling on the mark of Yugi, whether it's on your chest. I think some of you said you wouldn't have it on your chest, but I could be wrong. There was talk for a while that Wes would have the mark as a tramp stamp, but I mean, whatever.
No, that was Harlan. That was Harlan.
Oh, that was Harlan. Oh, okay, my mistake. Yeah, nothing happens. Tommy walks over and he's like, I recognize this. This is a rune. This is the work of giants. The giants were famous. They could write runes into mountainsides. But it's beginning to get a little bit late, and seeing as how no one can really open the book or anything else, do y'all want to just kind of retire for the night? And he motions over to the barn.
That seems like a reasonable proposition. Zyle kind of like with the air to see if it'll move, like see if he could like push it inside to keep it like take it in for the evening. Does it move?
It does not.
Okay, so Zyle's just like just freaking magic, god damn it, and just starts walking towards the barn.
Fantastic! I can cook! And you just see Bentata start to like run off towards the barn and just pull his bag off and empty it out in front of the barn, and it's literally just a ton of fish and mushrooms come pouring out of his bag.
So Zyle kind of walks over and is like takes the crow off of his belt, or the raven, and he's like, "Hey, Bentata, we got this earlier. You want to throw this in the pot too?"
Perfect, thank you. And he just grabs it and eats it whole.
Okay, then. Wow. All right. Well, okay.
I like this guy.
And Harlan just kind of like cringes a little bit because it's a bird just getting snacked down on by a
Oh, yeah, that's
just,
personal.
Just
isn't
kind of
it?
like, just like.
Sorry, Harlan.
Bentata, can we refrain from eating birds, please? Just stick to fish.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
even worse.
Wes is just.
I'm gonna take a leak,
staring
guys. You keep going.
Wes is just staring at the book. And yeah, Wes is just staring at the book. He's like, I am not leaving this book. I am confused by this.
Zyle's kind of like nervous about everything still. Like he's not really sure what's going on. He's just like, this whole thing is like over his head. He was small, like he was in the poor end of Wolfren. He was a guy that was in the army. He just had his job. He had to man his cannon, and now he's with all these other crazy people, and he does not know what is going on?
That's kind of like the same for Wes because I mean, yeah, he's just a goblin. He's just like a bounty hunter, and he's just like, I don't know quite what's going on, but this book is weird, and he's just lived his life always questioning everything because he had to growing up, and whether it was being out on the street or being in the orphanage, trying not to have pranks pulled on him or something. He's just always been like weary about things and questioning. So he's just
What was sorry. Yeah.
no.
Do you guys remember what was the name of the DM character? I can't remember what his name was.
Oogie?
Ptolemy.
Ptolemy, that's right.
Yeah, the Star Titan is Yugi.
Yeah.
Ptolemy
Yeah.
is our bugbear friend.
Yeah. Can
Which, did you guys ever get a picture of him?
Yeah.
Good.
Wes, I just said Wes is just staring at the book and kind of like standing at the book and is not leaving it at all. And he kind of wants to roll a perception check on that book just for grins and giggles.
Sure. Cool. 16. What is it you're trying to learn about the book?
Just anything I can about it, whether like why we can't open it and why like just what is going on with this thing and why did my hand go right through it when I went to open it.
The answer, and this is my official DM ruling, it's Soup's magic, y'all. It's Soup's magic.
So at this point, Zyle is kind of bored with the book, and so he goes into the barn, and he takes his shield off and sets down his crossbow, and kind of looks around, and notices he noticed that the hinges were kind of a little off on the door when he walked in, and noticed a few other things that are kind of just like broken down, and he kind of looks in his bag and looks to Ptolemy and says, "Hey man, I got some tools. You mind if I just kind of fix a couple things like the hinges and stuff while we got some light?"
Ptolemy is pleased as hell. He's pleased as punch. He's like, yeah, if you think you could do that, you guys look kind of hungry. I'm gonna see if I can't scare up some grub. Okay, I'll be out. Okay, just make yourselves at home. I think this is where you're supposed to be. I think. So
all right,
yeah, just make yourselves at home. Yeah, you could fix up anything, please. I appreciate it.
So at this point, Zyle just kind of cracks his neck and shoulders and immediately starts taking his tools out and tinkering with everything, and he goes and he adjusts the hinges on the door, and he puts some nails back in the boards that were kind of falling apart.
I'll tell you what, I really like that you're actually you're this considerate, and I appreciate that. So I want you to roll me a d20. Add your proficiency because you are proficient with these tools, aren't you?
Yep.
If you higher than a 13, I'm going to give you an inspiration point because I think you've earned it.
I made 10. I got a 10.
A 10. So you do a decent job,
I'm just hearing
at that point, I also have gone out and got together enough logs and stuff to get beds made for everybody else. Just they're kind of crap, but they're just a quick, post notch kind of, held together just with friction, kind of a bed with some pine boughs for a mattress.
Harlan's in the rafters reading his book.
Wes made his way back to the barn. He's still keeping an eye on the book, but then he kind of looks at the bed. It's like, in the orphanage, I didn't get my own bed. We shared the floor. So I'm just gonna thank you. And
you're welcome, man.
He just looks at Zyle and he tips his hat, sits on the bed for a second, and takes off his hat, showing his green hair with just a little bit of blonde in it, just a little bit. And it's kind of like the Macklemore haircut, shaved on the sides. And it's like, thank you very much. I appreciate this.
You're welcome.
Beautiful. All right, so you guys decide to bed down for the night. Why don't y'all give me a perception check? Wes, roll it with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Dang.
Nice.
Nice.
I got
Are you really plus 10 on perception?
Yeah, he's really plus 10.
You monster. All right.
Because goblins have a resting perception of 9, and then I have a +1 on it. So
Well, shoot. I mean, I guess my bar was 10. So all of you pass. Some of you with flying colors.
I wasted my nat 20 on this. God.
That might, I'd say Zyle's a little slower to his feet, which is troubling because what you hear wakes you from your sleep. It wakes all of you. I guess there was some shouting outside, and you look around. Who has dark vision, by the way?
Oh,
I have to check, actually. I don't know if I have dark vision.
yeah, same.
I'm pretty...
Oh, I do.
Wes, you do. You definitely do.
Yeah, I do.
I don't think
I
Zyle
don't.
does, and I don't think Harlan does.
I do not. Eric Coker do not have dark vision.
So Wes does. So by the way, Wes has like brown orangish eyes. So it's like almost on the side of yellow, just a little bit.
Smoky.
Yeah.
So
smoky.
Zyle looks over and he's God.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've never been around a goblin in the dark before. That was startling.
It's all right, and a lot of people get scared by us goblins, but you know, I try to change that.
So, Wes, as you wake up in the barn, you look around and you can't see Ptolemy anywhere. But you hear a bunch of shouting outside. And you sit up, and the rest of them are all awake too. All of you wake up. As you approach the window, you don't even need your dark vision anymore. You can see some torches outside. It looks like some men are standing over Ptolemy, who's collapsed on the ground.
Wes immediately pulls out his crossbow and fires at one of the guys.
You're not waiting whatsoever. You're just going to shoot from the barn?
Yeah.
All right.
While he's doing that, Zyle is rolled out of bed and picked up his shield and his crossbow, and he's slung the shield over his back, and he's got the crossbow ready.
All right.
Wes has learned.
Bentata, give me Bentata. I'm going to say you kind of noticed this over the other ones. The bandits seem like they were interested in the book. And indeed, they are bandits. You remember something Ptolemy said about being dirt poor? You got nothing to steal, nothing to attract attention. But
a giant
it's changed a
glowing blue
little
light
bit.
had probably attracted attention.
Yeah.
It does seem that way. So, Wes, you say that you took a shot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Isn't that a crit on a fighter?
No, only if you take the battle master or the champion fighter subclass, and then you get it because you crit on 19s.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so you rolled a 24. That does hit.
Okay.
You guys can see the forest battle scene, I assume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Go ahead and highlight the one you target.
Highlight the one on target. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just
click him.
Yeah, I know. I just had the dice roll in the way. That's all. So I want that one. Oh my god, mouse, stop! I'm having technical difficulties.
This one, right? That one.
My computer's wigging out. It's like not wanting me to look at this freaking screen. Okay, I want. I can't highlight.
This one?
Okay.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Sure. All right, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, I don't think I have any like ability to highlight or anything or move my character.
Yeah, I don't think he has control over Wes, the goblin token.
Nope, you are right, Wes. And that save settings. Let me make sure I got the rest of you on.
We can
Like,
all
good to
move
go.
our stuff, I think, pretty well.
The rest of
Yeah,
you guys
I'm
can
fine.
control your characters?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it was just Wes for some reason. Can you move your character now?
Oh, let's see, shall we? Yay! I can.
Excellent. All right, so how much damage you said?
He did
6 damage.
6 damage.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. The rest of you. Sorry, there's a weird echo going on. I need you guys to roll initiative. Wes, do so with disadvantage.
Okay.
All right, so I got 18.
7.
18.
1.
20.
Let me get another pen. All right. Now, Wes, you roll again?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, 20.
Well, 11 for the second one.
Yeah, you were rolling with
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
So
Oh,
you take
disadvantage.
the
Oh,
smaller
sorry.
one.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you fully. I thought you said advantage. Okay.
Zyle. All right. Excellent. So, Zyle, you rolled a 17?
18. Well, it's 18 with my dex.
Bintata rolled a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Harlan, you got yourself a whopping 4. And Wes rolled an 11. Excellent.
Now, sirs, I do not believe our friend here deserved to be attacked, so why are you doing this?
Bandits, they say. Rather dismissively and kind of rudely. And Harlan, that irritates you. You're so inconsiderate.
Just so rude and inconsiderate. Where is your mama? I will tell her what you've been doing.
All right, first in the order is Zyle.
All right, so I'm going to make a crossbow attack at the same guy.
Same guy.
Yep. All right, so. Ooh, so that is a 7.
He nimbly
9.
dodges out of the way.
That's a 9.
Yeah, he is able to
Okay.
dodge that.
All right.
Next in the order is that very bandit. And he's going to roll a crossbow attack as well. He is going to aim at the one who shot him, obviously, Wes. He rolls 9.
That misses.
Very good. Up next in the order is Wes.
Alrighty. +5, so 2 more, so 19.
That will hit. Which one were you targeting?
That one that just shot at me.
Okay, same guy.
Wes takes everything very personally.
I've noticed.
Everything.
That's 9 damage.
9 damage.
And I believe...
Okay, then. Your crossbow sinks into his chest. That is one bandit down.
Nice.
I like
Zyle's just like, good shot, man.
Thanks, and then Wes likes to take an action surge to attack another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably the one right next to him.
This guy?
Yeah.
All right. That's a miss.
Okay.
Up next, this bandit is going to rush. And he's going to make a melee attack on our good friend Wes. He rolls a 14.
That misses.
Very good. Our next bandit is over here, and he sees a giant emerging from the barn. So he's going to launch a crossbow because he's not stupid. He's not going to run up on a giant. Who's
would?
that dumb?
Yeah.
He's going to launch a crossbow bolt at our friend Bintata. Flip that.
Yeah.
I got a tray right in front of me, and I still missed it. He's going to roll a 10.
It's a miss.
Very good. Bintata, it's your turn.
My turn. Okay. I'm gonna target this dude. And I'm gonna cast Skeletal Hands on him.
Alrighty.
Where is that? So he's got to make a strength saving throw.
Okie dokie.
I wonder if Bintata knows that this is happening. Is this just like combative reflex, or is this just like...
He rolls an even 10.
So that's a fail.
That's a fail. How much damage do you take?
So he takes 10, and he is
All right.
grappled. And on his next turn, he has to make another strength saving throw, and if he fails, he takes another 1d6 damage.
Okie dokie. Wait, he takes 1d6. How did he take 10 damage?
Because I have a spell attack bonus of +6.
Oh, okay, so that's for your attack bonus, not your damage.
Okay, got it.
So it's actually just a
So-
4.
4 damage, okay.
Okay. I mean, it's not nothing. Excellent. And he is grappled. Very good. All right, he'll try to make his way out of that. And in the meantime, we're going to have... Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually... No, shush. Oh, okay, there it is. He is grappled. There must be a thing for this, right?
I don't know. I didn't play with them because
Yeah,
they were
I
too much of a pain in the butt.
Don't know.
I'm gonna. Oh, there.
Ah, perfect. Oh, that's barely visible at all. That's garbage.
You can make it bigger, but yeah.
All right. Well, that is what it is. Okay. In the meantime, this guy in the back is going to charge, and he's
Yeah, there it is.
going to run up and try to make a scimitar attack on our friend Harlan.
Rude.
He rolls a dirty 20.
That definitely hits.
All right. 6 damage.
Okay, I'm going to burn a key point and take the dodge. Or sorry, I can't do that because that's an action, not a reaction. Never mind. Yeah, I'll take 6
Well,
damage.
I mean, if you wanted to do something, it is now your turn.
I don't know how dodge works. I don't know why it says it's an action. Anyways, I'll take the 6 points of damage. Owie. I'm going to punch him in the face.
Okie dokie.
That, sir, was quite rude. 16.
That hits for sure.
And he will take 6 damage. as he screams
Not me.
Falcon Punch.
Falco Punch!
I will burn.
Punch!
Amazing.
I knew I had this up for a reason.
I'm going to burn a key point and use Fury of Blows as a bonus action.
All right.
Punch him again. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy, go nuts.
And so that'll be 2d4 plus 5. Beep. 11 damage.
Yeah. When you punch a guy, you punch a guy.
Just goes
yeah,
up.
he's gone.
Freaking goes up and he just Duke. That was not very hospitable.
And he's been deleted. Very good. All right, top of the order. We have Zyle.
So, is Tommy moving at all? Is he like conscious or is he just down?
Roll me a perception check.
Come on, compute. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that
You're pretty
is
sure that's Ptolemy.
yeah. So, I noticed that everybody looks like everybody's got stuff kind of handled here. So I'm gonna run over and check on Tommy and see if he's okay. Just like kind of, shake him a little bit and see if he moves.
It looks like I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go ahead and preface this. You did not pass a perception check.
Yeah, I
But
know.
if you're willing to say that you're going to spend your turn checking on him, I'm going to treat this perception check as though it were passed. But only if you spend your turn doing it.
I'll spend my turn checking on him to make sure he's okay.
Okay. He seems dazed. He did suffer a wound. It looks as almost like he was ambushed. Maybe he was checking out the book himself and he didn't see the bandits sneaking up behind him. But he is...
Sorry, guys.
Maybe a little bit dazed, stunned, but he's alive.
Okay. So while
Okay.
just while I'm like shaking him and I noticed, am I echoing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got a bit of an echo.
All right, I'm gonna reset real quick.
Sorry about that, guys. Someone knocked on the door and the dog went nuts.
Is that better?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay. So while I'm shaking him, checking to see if he's okay, I notice kind of a tingly sensation in my hands and kind of like there's like some kind of power there, and I'm just like, I don't know about that, and just kind of that's the end of my turn.
All right. Next in the order is Wes. You have one bandit up on you, and you have one who is currently restrained by Alex. What is restraining that other? Like, what does that look like?
What is my skill?
Yeah, the skeleton hands. Like, is that exactly what it sounds like?
Yeah, so it's a bunch of skeletal hands that pop out of the ground and basically restrain them.
That would be so terrifying.
Spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of that for Alex's character. All right, go ahead, Wes. What you got?
Okay. So the guy up on me. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the guy up on me.
Okay,
So,
if you try to use a ranged weapon and the guy's within melee range, I'm going to give you disadvantage on that.
let's see here. You know what? Actually, I am going to take. I'm gonna use a melee attack. Wes doesn't like doing that, but he's got a hand axe on him. Which I believe. So I'm just gonna do that. That's my attack roll.
Okay, that is a hit.
Okay, and I believe the axe is a D8. I believe. So. Okay, that's 7.
It doesn't take much. Yeah, you cleave into this guy. He is very ultra dead.
Wes is like, I'm sorry, friend. I don't usually like to do this, but you started this, and then just cuts his head off.
All right.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
One man standing, and he is currently grappled. He's got to pass that strength throw, doesn't he, Alex?
Yes.
He rolled a 14.
That is exactly what my spell save DC is.
All right, so that does mean that he escapes.
Okay.
And he is going to flee. He's going to try to escape, but I'm going to say he just escaped from a grasp of skeletal hands, so he only gets about 15 feet away.
Can we take an opportunity attack on him?
He wasn't right next to anyone.
Yeah, no opportunity attack. But it is Alex's turn. If that's what you wanted, or if you want to do something, that's fine.
Is he within my move speed? Can I catch him?
Yeah, he's only about 30 feet away.
You know what? I'm gonna chase him down and try and hit him with my scythe and make a melee attack
Okie dokie.
against him.
Let's get that roll.
Just a giant, just barely down.
Dude, I know, with a scythe.
Yeah.
Do you add anything to that, Alex?
Nope.
Your proficiency?
Oh, hey, yeah. So plus 2, 13.
That hits.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Da, 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 da. 13.
There it is.
Well, I mean, it's a big old beefy scythe coming at a regular looking dude. Pretty sure I'm chopping this dude in half. As I'm chasing him down.
All right, then.
It's not pretty.
No, it isn't. But you have survived combat. And so has Ptolemy. Now, the most remarkable things, as Ptolemy staggers to his feet, that book glows. And you can see the cover begin to lift itself open. And pages begin to turn.
Zyl's just kind of like, what? Guys, you seeing this?
I want to run over.
Oh,
and
I
read
see
it.
it.
I like to fly over and read it, if I can.
I'm going to say flying over is definitely something you're going to do. Or walking, if you are so inclined. So I was asked, am I going to give you guys a free feat? And the answer to that is no. I'm not giving you guys a free feat. Instead, I'm giving you this. It's going to essentially let you add a layer of customization to your character. Now, the mechanic on this is simple. For every option you choose, that section of your rune is occupied. For instance, the top option is to add a language you understand. You get to choose which. But that means you can't get any other rune emblem that will cover that top left-hand dash.
Gotcha.
Am I explaining myself well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So the more powerful runes, for instance, the final rune is an adding proficiency to your initiative. That occupies 3 places on your rune, but it's going to let you have a pretty cool skill. So, yeah, going to let you guys dress up a little bit. Because as you flip through the book, when you touch one of these pages, your rune lights up, and you feel a warmth inside you, a blessing of Yugi.
Mm.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot.
Nice.
Me too. So with this, what, like, how many, like, for this, like, right now, are we just like customizing the whole thing, or are we only getting like one per, like, is this an upgrade thing as you go, or how are we doing this? Is this like a skill points kind of a thing?
Currently, the only upgrade you have is to the outer ring of your rune. As your strength grows, you may unlock more rune area to upgrade.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Cool.
Wicked.
All right. So I'm thinking 3 and 12.
Go ahead and read those off.
So 3 is resist an elemental damage attack once per day. And then 12 is add proficiency to initiative.
I love it. And that's so good because it's like clearly you've established yourself as pretty quick to the trigger.
Yeah.
So I like the idea that you have proficiency on your initiative.
Yes, right?
Awesome. What else do you guys have?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I'm ready to share mine if no one else is.
Go for it.
Okay. So mine are number 8 and number 6. Number 8
6.
is 3 charges a day. Add 5 feet to your melee range. Number 6 is plus 5 to movement speed.
Oh gosh.
You know, because you're such a slow falcon.
Yeah, right?
You're gonna move so fast.
So now my movement speed is 40 feet.
Zal Bentata.
Hang on a second. Okay, so I am I'm going with number 10, which is the floating ward. It's a plus 10 to your AC and HP, and it refreshes once a day.
I'm sorry. I want to
Incorrect.
clarify that.
Incorrect.
It does not give you plus 10 to your AC. The floating ward itself has 10 AC.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. It's a ward. You throw it up, and it absorbs that damage.
Yeah, just how
Right?
you
That's-
said it was like it tied on to you. That's
Oh,
how
my bad.
Yeah, how
No,
you
I'm
said
sorry.
it was
Like,
like plus 10 AC.
We're on
I'm
the
like,
same
whoa.
wavelength. I just said it different.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go with the number 1, where you can add any language, and I choose the runic language. Since we had to deal with it and I didn't know what those runes were.
Okay.
That's the face of the
Um,
DM who just got like,
Yeah. That was good. That was good thinking. That was good.
So what you're saying to me, Shane,
I want to punch a hole right in your
is
sword.
that Runic is not a language inside D&D.
Oh,
I have to write a language.
okay. Then that's so I'll take that back. Like, so
No, make
what
him
is,
write a
Okay.
language.
like,
Make him write a
No,
language.
well, okay.
make
Make
him
him
write.
write a language. I wrote a language. Write a language.
If that's what you want to do, Shane, it wouldn't be my first time making my own written language. If you want me to, I'll pull up my old notebook. I think I might still have the notes somewhere, And I will send you the key to writing or to the runic language.
Do it.
Do it. Kick the D&D.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be useful.
Kick the Dungeon Master right in the taint. Yes.
Already giving Chris headaches.
Oh, I love it.
Next session delayed 1 month.
Right? Yeah. No, you got 2 weeks, Chris. Write a language.
No, Chris, it's gonna happen 2
So
weeks
I'll
from
do
now.
you a compromise. Zyle is
you'll compromise with the
Zyle's
DM.
logic. This is Zyle's logic. Zyle is confused. He doesn't like magic very much right now, but he's got like that tingling in his hands when he was checking on Ptolemy, and then like the like just this all this weird stuff's going on. He wants to understand. Like that's how Zyle's mind works. He wants to take things apart, put them back together. He wants to know how things all fit together. So he wants to know something that's going to help him understand what's going on. What would be a good language for Zyle to learn that would help him with understanding all the craziness that's going on?
Runic, man. Let's do it.
All right, there we go. We're gonna...
So,
all right.
I just got a really quick question for the DM.
Let's hear it.
What is it? Yeah, I think it's at level 3. I get firearm proficiency, so then I already add the proficiency to my firearm. Now, yeah, that's just. So should I pick it or pick a different rune because I will already have a firearm proficiency, or?
Huh?
I'm sorry. What's your question?
Question doesn't make sense, Levi. Your initiative is not your proficiency. You don't. You when you roll initiative, you add a d20 plus your dex to see what order you fight in. This is allowing you to add your +2 proficiency modifier to your initiative.
Oh,
that has nothing to do with
got
your combat. So just like
I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
You got it.
I misread.
Okay.
Excuse me, I haven't got my glasses yet. They come in next week.
All right, Bintata, your turn.
So I picked up 3, 4, and 5.
Nice.
Dang.
I love it.
So resist an elemental damaging attack once per day.
Hell yeah.
Add a skill proficiency.
Hell yeah.
And +1 to AC.
Hell
Nice.
That's just that's like a good defensive build. Honestly, I thought you would go for the melee range reach.
I thought about
Give
it.
him 15 feet
And I'm
of
assuming
range?
you
Oh my
can
God.
change these at any time.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
So
As you
I
grow,
may be
I want you
changing
to
them.
custom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like with a short rest or a long rest, can we redo these?
I'm going to say long.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
That makes the most logical
All right.
sense to me.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, congratulations. You guys survived your encounter with the bandits, and you learned the blessing of the runesmith.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
So
Badass.
Tommy is grateful that you came to his aid. And it's just like you supposed, Zyle. He was examining the book. Some bandits got the drop on him, knocked him out. But you were able to save him from any further harm. The night passes pretty quietly. After that, the next day, you feel good and rested. Zyle, you continue to grab your tools and work on various areas of the barn to try to fix things up a little bit, take care of the place. And you learn a little bit more about Ptolemy through the next couple days. He is a bugbear, but he never really felt like he belonged. He was an outsider that, well, he always felt more at peace out in the wilds, and he didn't like solving things with his fists like the other bugbears did. So he left his clan and was wanderer for a long time before he happened upon the barn. And he's been hunkered down for a while. He seems to be subsisting on just forage. He's a very gifted forager. In fact, if you were to pin a class on him, you would assume he was some sort of ranger. But over the next couple days, you guys spend your time at the farm. Wes, I know what you're doing. The rest of you, Bintata, Harlan, Zyle, tell me, how are you guys passing the days?
Fish. Fishing.
Flying and
So-
exploring, just kind of flying around the area, and then practicing his martial arts training, like all of the monk stuff. Imagine like any stereotypical anime training scene. He's like kicking trees, doing push-ups. Like I will do another one, and then I will do 2001. You like imagine Rock Lee from Naruto. That's basically what's going on. And that's basically what he's doing. He checks in with Tommy. He's not ignoring Tommy by any means. He's always checking in on him, seeing how he's doing. And then at nights, he's reading his book. Currently, his favorite hero, Capron, is... they just stumbled across this dwarven type person. That's currently where he is in his storybook.
Ooh. What
So-
does Harlan think of the dwarven character so far?
He's got a beard, and that's kind of Capron's mortal enemy, so I don't know yet.
So while Zyle is like tinkering around the place and like, he's like, building a tripod for the cooking fire and like just doing all this stuff and like constantly in the back of his head, he can tell there's something going on with his tools and like him, and he just doesn't understand what's going on. He knows it's weird, but like he can kind of like feel like there's something else going on and he doesn't know what it is and it's bugging him. And so he's not really talking to very many people. He's just kind of trying to work out what's going on with him, why his tools feel different, like what's going on and stuff. So Zyle's kind of like basically, I'll just put it this way, until Zyle hits level 3, he is very confused and not really sure what's going on.
And one other
All
point,
right.
that was something I wanted to add it to, not to piggyback too much on Shane, but remember when I said that Harlan doesn't feel cold? It's usually because he feels very warm in his chest, and that happens to be in the same spot. His mark of Yuge is just on his your guys' it's where I'm mirrored, the right breast, where the white is. It's like a kind of a black outline in his speckles. So,
Dude, that's really funny because Zyle's is right on the right chest too. Like that's where he got hit with the lightning. That's
Yeah.
independent. Like I had no idea where
that's
yours
like
was.
center mass of where he got blown by the dragon
Yeah.
fire. So
That's
and
funny.
he's noticed that it's started to kind of burn a little bit more and more. Like it feels like it's getting hotter as the days have passed.
Wes, I know how you're passing the time. You're out in the country.
Oh,
That means
Country
Without being in the city?
road.
you're practicing your shots. In fact, it feels like you finally got some proficiency with your firearm. Welcome to level 3, bitches.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
So Zyle in the middle of like working on something, like we'll say Zyle's like tacking in a board onto the wall, and he just kind of goes tink and drops his hammer, and he's just like, what is going on right now? And then Zyle's just kind of like runs outside and just starts grabbing stuff and like putting it together, and he's just like, what? And then he just gets done and he's like,
He's possessed.
and then there standing next to him is a cannon mounted on 4 spidery looking legs, and Zyle's just standing there going, I have no idea how I just did that. What is going on? I am confused and scared, but I just did a thing. Guys, look, I just did a thing. What is this? I don't know.
Wes has I think like a bunch of bottles like lined up for target practice, and he has the gun and he's like, all right, I know this is it, this one shot, and he gets it right in the center, and just the bottle explodes, the glass explodes, and he's like,
Hell yeah.
oh hell yeah. And then he starts firing, immediately hitting every single shot. he whips it around his back, starts doing trick shots, and he's just like, "Oh hell yeah, this is what I've been waiting for." And then he
Golf
blows
ice.
the smoke out, and he sniffs it. Oh, that is a heavenly smell. And then
What
he
were
spins.
what were the bottles sitting on?
The bottles were sitting on like a stump or something, like because they can't be too high because it's not.
Yeah.
You know.
So Zyle's kind of watching you do this, and Zyle's just like looking at his little cannon thing, and looking at the stump, and looking at his cannon thing, and then he just thinks in his head, he's like, I wonder if I could make the cannon shoot the stump, and the cannon just goes, and he's, oh my
sorry.
god!
Let's have you roll an attack on that stump. Or
Alright.
let's have you roll an attack on that bottle, rather.
Yeah, Stump
From a
has
bottle?
an AC of 24. Good luck.
Wes, and just before this, Wes like spins his gun back into his holster, like that's a good day's work.
So that is a 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 10.
That matches the AC I put in my head of the
Bottle?
stump itself. So your magic force hits the stump, which starts to glow and rise off. I'm kidding. It actually just blows up.
How dare you!
So I'm just kind of like, Zyle's just kind of stunned, and he's just like looking at the thing, and he's like, wow. Like, Zyle is still confused and is like not sure what's going on right now.
Wes whips back, and looks at Zyle and look at this weird spider creature, metal spider creature that Zyle made, and it's like, well, looks like we both learned something new today, huh?
Yeah, man. You ever seen anything like this? I've never seen that before.
I've seen many things, and I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen nothing like you before, buddy.
Man,
I've seen
I have
fire.
I have
I've
no
seen
idea.
rain. Seen sunny days we thought would never end.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening to me right now, man. I just found I can do weird stuff with my tools now. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it looks like we got some more learning to do, huh?
All right.
So,
All right.
Alex, do you want to go before me? I'm sorry, but like I have something in my head, something really cool.
Go ahead.
Sorry, what was that?
Alex, are you gonna tell about how you discover your powers now that you're level 3?
I don't have much to say. All I'll say is that as the days kind of go by, you guys notice that, especially at nighttime, whenever you guys like make a fire and like cook stuff around it, you notice how Bentada, even though he's like around a fire and like really close to it, he's still like putting tons of clothes on and like wrapping himself up, and he's always like constantly shivering, and he's looks like he's just constantly cold, like he can never get warm, and that just strikes you as really odd. So that's kind of about as much as I'll go into that
Awesome.
for now.
That's super cool. So, Harlan, as he's flying around, he's just having a good time because he's noticing his punches are landing a bit harder. He can do more of them without getting tired. He's like, this feels great. And every day that heat gets hotter and hotter and hotter to the point where it starts to hurt. And he stands out kind of in the center. I'm guessing we're all kind of in like a group. Do you think? Like, I mean, like we can see each other. We're all kind of doing our own thing, but we're kind of in seeing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm asking the DM as he chews on his food. I can't see if he nods or not. Okay, cool. And Harlan is flying about 5 feet off the ground, just kind of hovering, and he drops to the ground and lands on one knee and starts just holding his chest, just breathing. He's like, I don't know what's going on. There's fire. And he leans back and opens his chest and breathes a 30-foot cone of fire that spews into the air.
Wow.
Oh shit! Okay.
What?
Wes immediately pointed his gun like at the fire, and it's like, what? Well,
Fellas,
this is an eventful day.
Wes is clearly American.
Yeah.
fellas,
I mean, his
I
childhood
don't know.
heroes are cowboys, so yeah, he's pretty much American.
Fellers, I don't know what that is, but it feels much better in my chest now that it's out.
That is the worst case of heartburn I have ever seen.
I was just gonna say, you have Taco Bell last night?
You're telling me, brother, I didn't. I had taco under.
Okay.
What?
So
Wow.
I just want the comparisons. It started off with Wes. Hey, I finally hit the bottle. All right. Zyle builds this huge machine. Bentata, I'm a little cold. Harland.
All right. So, yeah, you guys have yourself a very eventful day. Day comes, night comes. The following day, though, you notice something a little unusual.
More than
Who wants
breathing
to roll me a
fire.
perception check?
I got this.
Let's get it.
Something unusual, more than the fact that he just built a cannon out of nothing but bits. He all of a sudden can shoot. Bentata's cold, I guess, and I just blew a cone of fire 30 feet long.
Okay. Rolling dice. Okay.
Oh my
22.
god.
Nothing getting past him.
You spot the hell out of something in the sky. Now, at first, maybe you even thought it was Harlan.
But then I realized Harlan's sitting right next to me.
But these birds were a little bit smaller. With the 22, you can clearly make out that they are turkey vultures. And vultures, as some of you probably have gathered, usually don't circle unless there's a
Someone's
meal to
dead.
be found. What are you going to do?
Guys,
Yes.
Harlan, you're a bird, right?
Yes, sir. Last time I checked, I did possess a
I'm
certain
just-
avian quality.
I'm just making sure. There's some turkey vultures up there. And I'm just going to ask you, you want to maybe take a little trip up there to see, maybe talk to them or something? Speak bird?
I do speak bird. I don't know if they will speak back, but I will happily go check out what they are circling for. I highly doubt
might-
it is some delicious barbecue.
You mind if I tag along?
I mean, if you can hold on, let's go, little man.
Oh, I can hold on.
Okay, there is a weight capacity for
Yes,
Flight.
There is. And goblins are underneath it.
Yep.
How far underneath it are they, Luke?
I think what do you weigh, Wes? Like 40, 50
I weigh
pounds? Or 60?
I weigh 60 pounds.
60 pounds? He is half of what it is.
Okay. Here's the scoop.
Okay.
Luke,
Yes.
I want you to roll me a strength check.
Okay. I can do
Add
that.
roll your d20, add your strength, and here's the scoop. If you roll higher than 10, you maintain your speed. If you roll under 10, you're going to be half speed, carrying a gobbo.
So, want me to do a strength saving throw, basically?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
Well, what does he have to roll
don't
so
get
that Bentata can come?
I only rolled an 8. I only rolled an 8.
So you maybe it's just because it's your first time, and like I don't know, Wes is used to being carried, but like Harlan ain't used to carrying. So because of that, it takes you a little bit of effort. It takes you a little bit of time.
Point to argue in the future. Harlan was a spy that did have to carry valuables out. oftentimes gold is quite a heavy material, so I would argue that he is used to carrying some weight.
I would argue that a wiggling goblin ain't gold.
I have to try.
So out of combat, out of like significant moments, I'm making this rule now so that I don't just have a goblin flying at 70 feet a second all over the map, gunning people from the skies. Like, I have to, like, I gotta check that now, or I'm gonna be regretting it. Shrug the little brothers trying to pull it out.
We both just kind of like
techno. So, while you guys are goofing around, I did notice vultures do not speak a language. Okay. So you, with some effort, fly up to where they are, and you cannot speak with them. Okay. But, and I'm just going to say this is a continuation of Wes's impressive perception roll, you do find out what they were circling. It looks like a dwarf is laying in a field.
Okay, I suggest we fly back and get the others and go look.
I think that's a good idea too. And honestly, this is fun as hell. Let's keep doing this.
You got it. You are so much heavier than I thought. Oh my God, bless your heart. Let's go.
It's all the food Bentada's been feeding us.
Oh, that man does know how to cook a fish or firbolg or whatever he be or whatever he want to be called.
Honestly, I do not want to find out what he's making. I don't want to know.
It might be goblin.
It might be, but hey, it's tasty goblin.
So we fly back.
Merely pragmatic. All right. All right. So you gather the gang.
We wake everyone up just like, hey, let's go. Let's go. There's something weird in this field. I don't know what it is, but there is a dwarf laying there. Come with me or don't. I do not care, but that is where we are going, and I thought I'd give you the courtesy of knowing.
I like to think that Wes is riding Harlan like he is a horse, and is like, once we ride up, like is throwing his hand up and all that with his hat, like
he's what? He is whatting?
Hey, wait a second.
Wait, what? No. What was Wes doing?
Riding Harlan. Like...
No, not what I said. I would carry you. If you're trying to ride me, I will go upside down and drop your little goblin ass from as high up as I possibly can.
Okay, fine. Yes, you just carried me. Fine.
Okay, Luke. I was going to say, if he's going to ride you, and we made it clear this is a cowboy getup he's wearing, so he has spurs.
No, it's not happening.
So
I swear on my undead mother, if he tries to ride on the back of me, I will punch him as many times as I possibly can, which is currently 6.
Yeah, I like to think that Wes originally went to do that, like get to hop on, but Harlan was just like, oh no.
All right, so the motley collection of our lovely friends proceed to run through the field. Ptolemy sees you guys out and about too, and he comes with. And you rush to aid this dwarf. Let's go ahead and get a... let's give ourselves a first aid check, or medicine check.
I'm good at those, actually, surprisingly enough.
So am I.
I am decent.
I got a 15.
I rolled a nat 1.
He's
dead. He might as well be dead. I don't know. He's dead. He's not moving. He's dead.
Harlan accidentally steps on his throat as he's approaching.
My talent is ignorant.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I think he's dead.
Okay, actually, the dice have faded it. Actually, Bentada, of all the people, as you approach, you feel inside that the life of this creature is slipping. It's not dead yet, but you feel it fading. And with a 19, you reach out, and with your hand, you can feel that as you touch this dwarf, its heart starts beating a little bit stronger. And Ptolemy says, this guy's in rough shape, but I think if we were any later, he could have been in real trouble. Let's take him back to the barn.
So when Zyle grabs the one of the shoulders to help lift the dwarf up, he feels that same kind of tingle in his hands and accidentally casts Cure Wounds.
Oh. Okay.
Well, all right then.
And he's just like, ah! What did I just do?
Okay.
So that dwarf gets 4 hit points back.
Plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is my so 4. So he gets 7. 7 back.
Nice. I wasn't even gonna plan on this, but the dwarf sits up.
Zyle drops him. He's like, oh god!
The
What just
dwarf sits up. His wounds look like they're closing. His skin tone seems to flush a little bit, like his blood's pumping again, and he sits up. He's like,
Zyle's in shock. Zyle's just like, what is happening to me?
Where am I? Where am I?
My friend, you are outside Runic. Outside the barn. You know where the barn is? You're in a big field. There's a barn just up the road.
What?
Do you know where Wolfrin is?
I'm sorry. I'm not from around here.
That I can tell, bless your heart.
I am. Have you seen them? Have you seen our kids?
Seen who? Seen what? Where?
Our kids. They were abducted. Have you seen them?
Unfortunately, sir, there is no they and there is no children. All we know is you.
I was trying to find them. They were taken. I've been chasing them for days, but there were bandits on the road, and I'm sorry. I have to go. And he tries to get up, but even his wounds cured as they were, he crumples back down to one knee. And he does not seem to be able to carry on.
Sir, you need to sit down. You need to sit down and relax.
I can't wait. I have to. They have our kids.
Hey, sir, if they have your children, if they have your babies, we will go get your babies. Nothing more important than family. That's what I always say. But you, sir, are quite hurt and cannot continue.
Right. Wes looks at Tommy and is like, "Can you take him back to the barn? We'll go after the children."
And good sir,
you do that?
Oh,
of course.
Sir, family is the most important thing.
I have a soft spot for lost children.
You see tears well in his eyes. He extends a hand. The name's Harkin. Harkin Rockjaw. My people. We had a commune. Dwarves, lots of us. Hundreds, thousands of us. We lived in the commune, but there was a sinkhole. It collapsed off to the east, and unfortunately, we've been wandering for a great while. My group got separated. We're only about 30, 40 strong, but our kids were taken. There's 5 of them were stolen from us in the night. I've been tracking them. They ran south to the woods.
Who was it that stole them? Was it the bandits?
I'm not sure. They were armored. They were wearing plate armor. I don't think they were bandits, but
no bandits.
I heard that there's a bandit camp in the woods. It's a place called Rookfall. I was going to go there. I think they might be the ones.
Well, sir, we are quite adept. We are a newly formed party. I don't know these gentlemen, but I am used to sneaking and to creeping and to sleuthing. So I would not mind taking a look, because that sounds very suspicious. Plate armor? There is no bandits I know that wear plate armor.
I agree.
Same here.
I usually come across plate armor with a little bit more of a difficulty with my clients. What was his name again?
Harkin.
Harkin.
All right, so
What's
you
his
guys
last
are in pursuit.
Yeah.
Does he have a last name?
Rockjaw.
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 Thank you. Solid name.
Yeah, right. Ah.
There you go.
I like naming things. It's
Yeah.
Naming things is fun.
yes.
Now do you get
All
this
right.
subtle thing? Yeah, never mind.
So you guys trek off into the woods, hot in pursuit of your lead in Rookfall, they call it.
I'm flying like I'm up in the air, not leaving the party behind, but like staying a good distance ahead of them. Like I'm trying to be in sight, but I'm trying to look ahead as far as I can.
Good.
Yeah, Wes is booking it.
Now, the moss woods are mossy, true, but these are about as a dark and a foreboding woods as you could ever see. The trees grow so
Of
thick.
course.
The trees grow so thick that from where Harlan is in the air, you can't even see the floor.
Oh,
And you guys lose track of them in the sky.
Uh-oh. Then, yeah. Like I said, I'm not
Dangling
getting out of sight of
creepers,
them.
vines, giant fungus. It's a dark, musty, misty forest. As you guys walk through, you hear something truly unusual. It sounds like
Murlocs.
What?
Did you say Morlocks?
You said Murlocs.
Oh,
I don't know what that is.
Don't know what that is. Wes looks at Bentata and is like, I don't think, friend, and then perception check.
Let's get it.
Wes is gonna roll so many perception checks.
I'd like to make a perception check in the air. Or maybe I don't need
Okay.
I guess I... Why am I a bird? Why am I in the air? Why am I scouting ahead? He could be a mile away and just be like, perception check, 26. Tell me everything.
Yeah. You find the source of the noise, Wes.
I'm sure he
Wow.
does.
It is a dwarf. Another dwarf. But
Is
this
it a
one
lady?
is dangling from a hunter's snare. About 6 feet off the ground. He's dangling from the bottom of a tree. And he is the most unusual looking dwarf. The most unusual looking man that you've ever seen in your life. He is wearing the fanciest dress. He is clean shaven. He is a clean shaven dwarf.
What?
Dressed in his Sunday best, swinging from a rope way too hard. Like, it is weird how much this guy is swinging, dangling from his left leg. Furthermore, he is absolutely filthy dirty. And, go ahead, what do you got?
Nothing. I was gonna suggest Bentata, since he's like 6 feet up there. Bentata, go and get him.
Can I fly down and land next to them?
Well, before you can do that, you see probably the thing that's kind of causing him some agitation. A twig blight. underneath them. Specifically, 2 of them.
What was it called?
A twig blight.
Oh, okay. Never heard of those.
Hmm.
Let me see. I need to get these pictures like prepared so I can send them to you guys.
That's what I have to do. Silly goose.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Alright,
email them to me, and then I
let's
can
just
email. Or if you do, you have the picture on your phone, or what is it?
It's on my computer.
Okay, email it to me, and I'll send it to everybody.
I could probably send it through the chat.
That's what I was gonna do.
Well,
I mean, you're the one who's not prepared, Mr. DM. I mean, just
hey, shut up a little.
Can I roll a perception check on the tension in this room?
there's no tension. God.
Oh man, that looks like an evil ent.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh my!
you see
lantern?
2 of these guys dangling underneath, and they're trying to swipe at this dwarf, but this dwarf is swinging like a son of a bitch, and they just cannot just. They're trying,
The image,
but they are missing.
just the image of it, just.
Wes is immediately just gonna yell, "Hey, what the hell is going on here?"
They both look at you and charge. Roll initiative.
I knew
Oh
it.
boy.
Alrighty, boys and girls.
So that's why you said I couldn't fly down yet.
Ooh, Bintata.
Whoopsie.
Didn't take a thought.
That's a no.
I rolled a dirty 20, Christopher. Do you want us to do an alphabetical order, or what's the easiest way for you for us to write down initiatives?
I'll just call it out.
Okay.
So go ahead with Bintata.
17.
17. Wes?
18.
Harlan.
A dirty, nasty 20.
Ooh, so naughty.
All right. And Zyle.
I got 17.
All right. So you rolled a 17 as well. Between Bintata and Zyle, who has the higher dex?
I have a +1.
It'd be Zyle.
And I think you beat Bintata, yeah.
Uh,
All right.
Bintata needs to take a leak.
Oh, Bintata walked off to take a leak.
In the middle of
Yep.
the fight, just like, I must pee.
That definitely means he loses initiative.
All right. So those are our 2 twig blights.
Wow, one of them had
Um,
a natty. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess if we're taking a break here because Bintata walked away, and he's pretty high up in the initiative roll. Oh wait, Luke, you say you rolled a dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Okay, then I am gonna put the nat 20 rolling twig blight in front of you.
That's fair.
All right. Shoot. Yeah, I kind of want to wait till Alex gets back. I guess it's time to talk about this video's sponsor.
The
Weird.
like button?
This video's been sponsored by a movie coming out. There's a new movie coming to theaters near you about a man.
Two brothers.
About a man. His name is Lee. He's a retiree in a neighborhood who was out on a walk one day and he saw pretty salacious neighbors of his. Looks like they're in the middle of a menage a trois. So tune in to this summer theaters to watch Lee Saw Saucy Isosceles, the triangle story.
That was good.
Wow.
We got geometry jokes. Oh my gosh.
Ow.
Just like,
Great timing, Alex.
This video is sponsored by Enzo's Pizza and Modelo. how we're gonna get through this.
I was just gonna say this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
God.
This one's sponsored by
All right.
G Fuel.
This video is sponsored by Raycon.
Hello Fresh.
I'm
Hello.
liking
Coupon
them.
code Fresh.
Me Hundies.
God.
So there is no.
I'm actually wearing Me Undies pajamas right now.
Are you really?
I'm wearing,
Yeah.
dude. I'm wearing MeUndies undies right now.
Oh yeah, same dude. I'm wearing some robot ones.
I'm
And then
wearing Baby
Won-
Yoda
Oh nice. I'm wearing Wonder Woman pajamas.
because you and your wife are the same size.
Yes.
All right. So first in the order is our Twig Blights. That's
Those are some ugly boys.
They're,
they didn't really have a Twig Blight icon, so I think these are just trolls.
Bless you.
But they'll do. All right. So he is going to go ahead and do his claw attack. He's going to rush up on Harlan.
How? I'm still in the air. You never let me land.
No, you landed.
Are you
No.
telling me you honestly weren't on the ground?
No, I'm telling you. I said, hey, can I fly down with them? And you're like, before you do that, let's roll initiative.
All right. he thinks about hitting Harlan, but he doesn't.
70 feet.
Instead,
in the
Sees him flying around and he's like, I
He
want
has-
to kill that thing.
Take
that
his reach.
bastard up there.
He's gonna go ahead and take a swing at Wes then.
Oh come on.
Hey, it's okay. He rolls a 17.
That hits.
air. Ow.
All right. And you take 4 damage.
Okay.
Next
I
in the
guess.
order is Harlan.
Harland. I guess I will fly down within hovering about 10 feet above him. About here-ish. The one who just hit Wes. And then I will use Breath of the Dragon. And
I'm looking at your character's position there, Luke.
yeah,
I'm
I
looking
am-
at
I
it
am
as
too.
well.
I am too.
I don't like that.
I believe in you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use that as my attack action to use Breath of the Dragon. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Wes and the ant.
You are breathing flames right up his asshole. Just
Now
right
who's at
up.
Taco Bell?
Oh, not
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
He did roll a 15.
That will pass.
Oh.
You guys will take half damage.
Oh, with a nat 20.
That's the DM's decision, not mine.
Okay, here's my decision. If you roll a save and you actually roll a nat 20, I'm going to say you can not take damage.
Awesome.
It's fine.
I like to think that Wes just kind of side rolled behind that tree or something.
So
you see Harlan just like
And you're like, oh hell no.
it will.
Grabs
No,
Katana.
I've seen this before.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to.
all right, so our
two.
Twig Blight's going to take
So I'm going to do 2d4 fire damage.
all right,
6 total. So it'll take 3.
6 total. I'm sorry, you said 2d4, you rolled a 6?
6 fire. Yeah, 6 fire damage.
Okay. You actually dealt 12 damage to him. And that's plenty. He dead.
Oh wow, he's already dead.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Then I'm going to. I still have. Let me see, how much movement do I have? I still have 10 feet of movement left. I'm going to move 10 feet. How far away is this tree ant that's right here, or this whatever the heck this?
No,
guy is?
it looks like he was in range of that. So
Cool,
I'm gonna go ahead and say you're in range.
Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna burn a key point and use Fury of Blows as my bonus action. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Wrong clicker. Where is it? Fury of Blows. I'm going to roll. That's only a 12 to hit.
That misses.
Okay, and then that is my action. Wait.
All
hold
right.
on. One moment. I gotta double check Fury of Blows real quick. No, it's 2 unarmed strikes. Cool. So I get attack one more time.
Oh, so it is a flurry of blows. then.
Yes. 15.
That hits.
And it'll be 1d4 plus 3, 4 damage. And that is just regular bludgeoning damage. That is not fire damage yet.
Yet.
I get that at a later level where my punches become magical. Oh,
Oh, come on.
man.
then
They're not strong.
I'm gonna say I ran up and did like, you know, every movie where they the kung fu movies where they like hit him a bunch of times, just like duke. That's basically what happened, and he just kind of crumbled to the ground.
And that does the job.
Reduced him to a pile of toothpicks.
Toothpicks or mulch. Mulch is very good for planting.
All right. So the twig blights are gone. Don't you
Okay.
worry about them no more.
Wes just like popped out from behind the tree. All right, I'm ready with his gun, ready to finally shoot something. Like I'm ready. Oh. Alright.
As you approach, Bartledew swinging in the trees, though, he still seems kind of agitated. Let's see, Harlan, you were the one who did the final blow. Let's get a perception check from you.
Sure, I'll happily do a perception check.
Can I give a help action?
16.
No. Other people can perceive things just fine, Wes.
Oh,
I rolled a 16.
You rolled a 16?
Yes.
You kind of see what might have this dwarf's attention so rapt. Because something just saw you destroy that twig blight so handedly. And it's not a fan.
Boogers.
Oh, good. It did move there.
Oh,
So this...
What the
Oh, sweet
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh god. Oh no.
You can rotate.
You
it
You
so
couldn't
it's
really
facing
tell
us.
because when it's not moving, it looks just like a regular tree. But
Oh,
this is an
yeah.
awakened tree.
Oh, he big.
And he rolled a 13 for his initiative. It's currently Wes's turn.
Alrighty. Yeah, Wes is gonna take a shot at that with his pistol. Let's see what's on here. His pepper box, actually. 14.
Hits.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use my pepper box, but hold on really quick. Let me just double check something. Okay. Okay. And then I am going to expend a grit point to make the shot violent. So basically I get to roll twice with this damage. So here's the first. And then, so that's 15. And then here comes the second one.
All right, so you did a total of 25 damage.
Wow.
nice.
That was significant. The tree's not happy about that. Okay, very good. Yeah. Up next in the order is Bentata.
Get it, Tater Tot.
Uh, I am going to stare at this little thing, or I guess it's a big thing, and then I'm going to
Rude.
cast Flesh Minions. I'm going to go, my little babies, go!
Zyle's like, what the hell is that?
And let's see. I'm not seeing a save on this. Is this kind of equivalent of like a magic missile? Is this just like...
Yeah, that's kind of like a magic missiles type thing.
Okay. All right, so they both targeted the tree. Okay, very good. And you dealt a total of 7 damage to it.
Yep.
Okay, this tree is bloodied. Very good. Zyle. Oh, I'm sorry.
Actually,
Carry on.
oh, never mind. If he's just bloodied,
7. Huh?
he's not on death's door, right?
Just bloodied.
Okay.
All right, Zyle. You're on.
All right, so I'm going to use my action to construct an Eldritch Cannon, which, after creating the first one, that was the Rev New. This is now Rev A, and it is a little bit smaller and more compact. It has 6 legs, and it crawls up my back and perches on my right shoulder and latches on with the legs, with the cannon pointing down and forward, so I still have my hands free and I can control the cannon on my shoulder. And as a bonus action, I trigger the flamethrower, which exhales fire in an adjacent 15-foot cone, which I point towards the tree, and it must make a dex saving throw against my spell save DC, taking 2d8 fire damage on a failed save and half as much on successful.
Hey, guess what? Trees, not very dexterous. Not very nimble, them trees.
So-
You didn't watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He rolled a 3 minus 2.
Oh,
So that's going to be a 1-zo.
So he takes 8 fire damage.
He doesn't. He takes 16 fire damage.
And then at that point, like, Zyle is kind of like, that was hot on my ear.
And let me
Okay.
get this straight. You
And he's got
built
like
your-
some of the hair on the side of his head is singed off a little bit.
So let me get this straight. You built yourself a predator cannon.
Yes. Yes, I did.
it's so wicked.
And that's just Rev A. I've got the whole alphabet to make these different designs.
Okay. It's the tree's turn now.
Oh no.
And boy, this tree's taking a beating. He's going to have 2 actions. First action, he is going to
Piss himself.
take a swing at who's the closest one to him? Looks like Zyle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that flamethrower pissed him off, so he's going to take a swing at you, Zyle.
Oh boy.
He rolls a nat 1.
Critical
Ooh.
fail.
Oh,
Ouch. So, like, he tries to swing, but his arm's, like, covered in vines, and it snags. So, it was like, So, that was he whiffed that bad. But, Zyle, since you were the one who kind of pissed him off the most, I want you to roll me a d10, homie.
Oh boy.
Okay, now we're
Next.
back. We're back recording. I freed up 60
Okay.
gig. I forgot I had enough space, and I freaking downloaded a game, and it took up all the space. Annoying.
Oh.
But
Oof.
I think it only we only lost probably the last 15 minutes, which sucks. But we got most of the story. Probably just lost me being awesome in combat. If you guys heard this, I was amazing. Wes was amazing. Zyle did nothing. Bentata was cool too.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you just missed my fire trick shot. That's
Your
all.
fire trick shot. So that we are back recording now, guys. My apologies again. Dang it.
All right.
Did anyone
So I had a-
decide on any items yet?
I had a question on the Captain Bartle's Oops All Berries. When it
Yes.
says that the berry bush casts good berry on itself once a day, does that mean you can get a berry off of it once a day? Or
Yeah,
it
you can-
cures itself for one berry a day?
So the bush, when you plant it, it becomes a permanent fixture. It's basically a 10 HP recovery area. It will spawn 10 berries. Each berry will feed a person for a whole day and recovers 1 HP. And it's just going to cast a good berry once a day, and you can harvest those berries for yourself.
That's what I'm gonna get, I think.
Okay.
Dude, some of these are freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick.
Some of them are fully dumb. that's that's kind of like it. If there's some that I can kind of point out that I really get a kick out of, I really like the Get It Now instant tree. I really like 6-second vine. The Hey Now instant haystack. I think is a really funny thing.
I personally would like the Get It Now instant tree.
Okay.
I love that thing. I remember it. I love that. That is,
Okay.
it's so cool. I love to Get It Now.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a leak.
I'm going to
Man.
type this in.
Man, oof.
I'm so.
Okay, we got another player who's taken a leak. I think it's time to hear another word from this video's sponsor. This video this week sponsored by ham. Just an obstructive amount of ham. Like way too much ham. Check your fridge this
Oh my
summer
God,
for
I
ham.
gotta mute Zyle. I can hear him peeing.
All right.
Nice.
This video also brought to you by Zyle's Stream.
Yeah.
Look no further.
Located
More
down
than
the
one way.
Powerful
404.
streams.
Located down the 404, just past the Big Boy Burger.
Okay. Like while people are looking, also, have you ever like gone to the restroom and there's somebody whose pee stream is like too strong, and you're just
Yes.
like, this guy is like he's peeing too much. Like
Yes.
that used to happen. There's a guy I knew every time. Like it was a thing. We would talk about him behind his back and be like, "Have you noticed this guy when he pees is just ridiculous?"
You know what, Chris?
It's so weird.
I really don't
But
talk
that
about
is
other
exactly
people's
how it would
streams,
go.
so I'm not
Oh,
really right there
man.
with you.
Huh.
So what are you thinking, Levi?
I have so many ideas for all of them.
How large
So
does
many.
that tree grow, Chris?
It can grow to.
Normal tree of this vintage, if it's old growth, would be 80 feet.
I'll tell you what. You can give me, when you roll it, here's what I want you to do. All right?
Mhm.
I want you to give me 4d20
Okay.
for the height.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay. So I'm thinking either I can't believe it's not moss, which
Solid.
creates a 4x4 patch of moss that immediately absorbs / metabolizes any liquid. Moss lasts 1 day, or portable masso grass.
Oh, yeah.
Create field of grass that stands 6 feet tall. Field lasts for 1 day. Field must be smaller than an acre. And I'm thinking of that for like a get away from people thing. Like
I mean,
hiding.
that'd be great for you because it's taller than you are.
Like twice as
You
much.
could just
yeah.
throw it out and it would instantly conceal you.
Yeah, so I'm honestly gonna get that. Yeah, portable mass of grass.
Right on. Alex?
This is the dumbest thing ever, but I'm getting the clap on, clap off.
Clap off.
The
clap.
what?
The clap on, clap off. It's corn.
Oh my god, I love it. I was
Clap on, clap off. It's corn.
That's great. That fits into Bantata's like cooking and all that. Like,
Heck yes.
Yeah, clap to create instant corn. Use the
thank
corn to
gosh.
feed anyone or a group of people, but merchants won't buy it and the corn wilts after a day.
I don't care. He's
Alright.
a big boy. He needs food. A
He's
lot.
got to have that corn.
He
Yeah.
He's
needs
got to have
corn.
his pops.
You ate a whole bunch of it all the time.
Well, you all have done such a good job rescuing Bartle. You should know, anytime you feel like taking a trek in through the moss woods, he could pop up again.
Oh hell yeah!
Hopefully by
Okay.
then you have some money so you can actually buy something from him next time, but we'll worry about that later. So he has pointed you in the direction of the camp, the Rookfall camp.
Well, until next time, gentlemen, he dismissively waves his hand and just belches.
That is a lovely, lovely, disgusting, distinguished, polite gentleman. I take back
Wes-
everything I said.
Wes-
He is a disgusting man, and continues on.
Wes tips his hat and, sir, it's been good doing business with you. Try to stay out of trouble, and remember, always scream, and then walks away.
And Bentado will walk up to Bartle and just pull a fish out of his sack and just hand it to him and walk away.
Here, fish.
Bartle kicks it.
Don't kick my fish.
Okay. Zyle, I want you to do me a favor. I wasn't planning on doing this, but since you were so kind to actually help Harkin and cast Cure Wounds, that granted you a little extra time. So as you're walking through the moss woods, I want you to roll me a d20. And add your survival.
It's plus your wisdom.
All right. For 13, okay, nothing happens.
Sorry, I forgot.
There's a
to
lot of bad
unmute.
things that can happen in the woods. Nothing is a good thing sometimes. Okay, so as you carry on through the woods, you see it up ahead. At first, it just looks like a carriage. But as you walk closer, you realize it was a caravan at one time. It was a merchant caravan, a bunch of covered wagons, mobile carts, shop-looking things, long since abandoned. Streamers have become soiled and torn with time. The edges of the wood facades of any of these, at one time they may have held advertisements for various products or services, but now they're cracked, worn, and faded away. And you see people, not just people, all sorts of people. There are orcs, there are goblins, there are humans, there are drow, dark elves, there are dwarves, there are elves. It actually seems like a pretty motley collection of just about anyone you could look for.
Is there a turtle?
Is there a what?
Is there a turtle?
Not here, there isn't. But there is one thing that definitely does unite all of these individuals and that they do have in common. They look shifty AF. You have discovered the Rookfall camp inside of the Mosswoods. Now, as you look, go ahead.
Can I roll a perception check on to see if I know any of the goblins?
Go ahead.
Every time. Oh my god.
You don't. But there is something that you do recognize. You actually recognize the markings, the leather, the armor of some of the bandits that you at one time fought on the Runic homestead. They're not the same bandits. Those guys are very dead. But you can suss out with your freakish perception that it's quite likely that these people might be of the same gang.
Okay. So Wes just kind of like quietly to Harland, Zyle, and Bintata. Now, I know where some of these people's affiliates are from. They're not good. This is some bad, shifty people. We need to be very, very careful. Looks at Bintata.
As you are looking around, the bandits see you too. And you see them immediately start whispering to each other and like throwing elbows. It seems word of what happened to their comrades has got around. But before any of them can get up, you see something stomping towards you. Now, go ahead and roll me a history check, please.
Okay.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. History.
Golly, man.
I want to see if there's any chance you might know what this critter is.
Let me double check my history.
I got an 11.
Okay, so
Ooh, I don't know anything. I don't know what I had for breakfast this morning.
Harlan doesn't know his own name right now.
you got
It's all that
13.
fighting.
So all of you whiffed? That's amazing.
Hey, you
Whiff
found
is a
Wes's
strong
weak spot. It's intelligence.
Ironically, that's one of my good spots, but I just rolled like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I sent that through the chat.
Okay.
Your characters may not know what this is. But-
Ooh.
You do.
I do.
Oh, no.
That's a knoll. He steps forward, and in his hand is a gigantic axe that looks like it's made of bone or chipped stone. But he's not snarling. He's not some unruly savage. He actually walks forward with his head held high. He's probably one of the most frightening looking individuals you've ever seen in your life. Do you come in peace?
Well, yeah.
Only if you're peaceful.
I mean, we don't have any
In-
followers with you.
My camp, we have peace.
But outside,
There are people of all walks here. There are people of all races in here. But there will be peace. If you wish to let blood, you will do so outside.
Wes tips his hat. It's like, understood, we come in peace.
Why are you here?
Looking for some dwarf babies.
Dwarf babies?
Yeah, some dwarf children were stolen by some men in some plate armor, so we are currently on mission to find them.
You see, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you his name is Maul.
Like Darth Maul?
Yep.
Cool.
Maul shrugs his shoulders and says, there ain't no one wearing plate armor down here. But if someone was traveling through the Mosswood, they probably kept down this pathway, and he points you in the direction.
Well,
Have you
I
seen
Thank you very
appreciate-
much for showing us which way to go.
Why don't, Zyle, you spoke up. Let's get an insight check from you.
Oh boy. So that's 14.
14's pretty good. I'll go ahead and say this. You can tell that he's telling the truth, but you also can reason that if there was some criminal activity, he's not going to implicate anybody. Not anybody he knows. His interest is just keeping peace in the camp. So if he starts, figuring out different bandit groups or something, that's going to be a bad move. So
Yeah.
you could reason that it isn't a bandit you're looking for.
Okay.
But he
Gotcha.
points
So
you down the
he-
pathway.
So he wouldn't snitch out like bandits or anything because they're to keep track, but they're obviously not bandits. So he's like, I don't care, they're that way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
What
ready
what
to
was
do-
the race that he was again?
Gnoll.
That was a Gnoll.
He was
All
a
right.
Gnoll.
I had
GN.
werebear in my head.
GNOLL. Noel. The things that I read about in my stories. Capron and his band of merry men, that he fought some of these beasts in a lone field.
And
I'm
Don
sorry,
is not
I'm gonna-
paying too much attention because he's like so excited to see all these different races. He's just like, oh.
It's like a kid in a store. It's like a kid their first time to like Toys R Us, just like
Exactly.
All right. Are you guys heading down the path?
yep.
Yeah.
Full speed sprinting with disadvantage, please.
I'm not going to do that. That's savage. But as you are walking down the pathway, Bentata, you're the one who feels it. Something tugs at your pants sleeve. You're outside of the camp now, but as you look down, you see a goblin, and it isn't Wes. It's one of the goblins that was in the camp. And he looks up at you and he says, you were the one looking for the kids, right?
So, So I immediately reach down and pick him up and bring him straight up to my head, and I'm like, "Yes, do you know anything?"
Okay. He's going to roll a dexterity. He's going to try to escape. He rolls a nat 20. I was going to have him contest your strength or something, but I don't think there's a point. He rolled a 20, so he immediately wriggles out of your hands, drops to the floor, and ducks back under that bush. And he's like, "You idiot. Are you crazy? If
Wes-
anyone sees me talking to you, they'll kill me."
Wes,
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I get excited.
does Wes know this is going on?
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure.
Perception check.
Yeah, Wes kind of points his back towards the bush to make it kind of more casual as he's talking. He's like, you know something, friend?
The name's Trat.
Trap.
Trat Spuckle.
Trap Spuckle, nice to meet you.
Look,
I'm
they can't know that I'm talking to you, okay? So you got to be quiet. But I saw knights, armored knights. They were leading a caravan. It looked like there were 5 dwarf kids with them. look, if you head down this pathway, you'll see a stream cross your path. There's a small fork in the road. If you take it to the right, you'll find the kids. Let me ask you, what do you know about those knights? Go ahead and roll me a history check. Harlan, give it to me with advantage.
With advantage? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was taking vigilant notes as you were talking. D20. You said you said history check?
Yes, please.
Okay, I will give you a history check, my dude, with advantage. Here's 1. Here's 2. So the 19.
Perfect. So Wes doesn't remember.
No.
Zyle, was that your D20?
No,
Was that your history check?
no. I'm actually just getting ready to roll. I was taking notes too.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, you don't recognize it either.
Plus 3.
So hang on, that was a 14, 16. That was a 16.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Bentata, what you got?
Hold on, sorry.
Here's the fun thing. I think Bentata's is like some bumpkin. And if he passes this history check, I have to figure out why this bumpkin knows this. And that's going to be interesting.
Well, not even
Oh,
close.
thank God.
Hey, at least he has an excuse not knowing. Wes is just like, I don't drink.
Well, Wes, you probably wouldn't know. You're raised in an orphanage.
Yeah, exactly.
Bentata's a bumpkin. I mean, he would know. Zyle knows this. He knows a little bit about the knights. And Trat Spuckle, your goblin informant, describes the look of this armor. And Harlan and Zyle, because of your military history, you recognize it. Harlan, you recognize it too. But you recognize it because you're from Drakencourt. You know where that armor's from. And as this person describes it, he describes the armor of one of the Knights of the King.
Oh.
Do you know why they
Zyle-
take kids?
Zyle, at this point, just kind of looks around and looks at everybody and goes, "This went from business to pleasure." As he starts to slowly kind of pat the hilt of his dagger, which, if Harlan looks, he notices that it's a standard issue dagger from a Drakencourt soldier.
Ooh. Dang. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. So, Trat goes on. The king has guards. He has night watchmen. He has soldiers of all kinds. This massive army has to be fed.
No.
The grain fields that feed the soldiers and public servants of the country require hard work to maintain. People who are down on their luck, or they're transients, or they're orphans, are tasked with working in these fields. The working conditions are poor, but the work is steady, and the government provides housing for you to live in. So if you're down on your luck and you got nothing else, it's a glimmer of hope.
What's the name of these fields again?
Well, they've earned a name because these are not a hopeful place to go. These labor camps are staffed with societal rejects, hardened criminals working side to side with abandoned children, preying on them. The government housing is a slum infested with plague and parasite. And the taskmasters are savage enforcers. They call this place the Red Field of the King, where the wheat grows from blood.
The only problem that I see in this situation, and these all do sound terrible, and I have heard legend of these children are not abandoned, these children are not wanted, these children are stolen by the knights.
There are a lot of different kinds of orphans in this world.
Some by force.
There are orphans whose parents died, or they're orphans because their parents were debtors, or they're orphans because their parents were criminals. The king doesn't care which kind of orphans work his field.
The difference is these were not orphans, these were children that were taken.
Look, if anyone finds out in the camp that I spoke to you, they will kill me. But I want you to know, not everyone in the camp, Rookfall, we're not all thieves. We're not all murderers and bandits. Some of us are just people with no place to go. People who are trying to find a home where there is none. I gotta go.
Goodbye,
Wes.
friend. What was his name again?
Wes. Yeah, Trap.
Trap.
Yeah, let me write his name in the chat so you guys can...
And what was the field called again?
Red
It was
Field of the
the
King.
Redfield.
Red Fields. That's
Yeah. Wes nods as track goes on, and he tells him, "I understand, and if you ever need any assistance, let me know." And Wes gives him his address. I don't know, her cell phone number.
Wait, okay, no.
You
What
can
is
find
Wes?
me at the barn, maybe?
Yeah, card.
Wait, what did you do? What did you tell him? What did you tell
What?
Trat?
Basically, gave him his bounty hunter business card.
Okay. He thanks you. He's gonna pocket that away. He does not want to be seen with that, so he is gonna be super careful. What do y'all do?
Head in the
well.
direction, I guess.
Are we ready to go find this? Find these kids?
Yeah, we had to go to the fork in the road and bang a right.
Mhm. Hang a right.
All right, you follow Trat's directions, and as you do, you can start to see more and more footprints fresh in the ground, big ones, small ones, both. And they're getting fresher and fresher as you travel. Up ahead, you see a clearing. There's a man in shining armor, and with him, some more rank and file soldiers. In total, there's 6 people.
Are they camping right now, currently?
Yes.
Then I personally vote that we skitter off in the bushes and camp ourselves. And take a long rest.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you that it is the point where we're gonna call an end to this session.